following presentation is made possible by the Prairie Grove All Sports Booster Club and sponsored in part by PG Telco. Built on community, focused on progress. But what does that mean to you? It means that you get to keep up with all your sporting events associated. Built on community, focused on progress. But what does that mean to you? It means that you get to keep up with all your sporting events associated with Prairie Grove Athletics on a website furnished and maintained by PG Telco. It means that the folks at PG Telco have an interest in you, your kids, your school, and your community. And they're focused on progress. They're committed to bringing you the very latest in technology for your home or your office, for telephone, internet, long distance, or direct TV. Think PG Telco. Built on community, focused on progress.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we're here tonight and to face the Lavaca Golden Arrows. Zach, we've had a little bit of trouble getting things started here tonight, but we got a great crew with us. We want to welcome our Prairie Grove East Lab, who are going to really begin to help us a lot with the webcast, and this is their first night, and we're glad to help get them up to speed. Zach, it is football time.
It is finally football time. It is finally stopped talking about it, and it's finally time to start doing it. I swear that we've got like the gremlins up here. We sprinkled water, and there's a bunch of them now. This is incredible. But I'm excited. I think, I don't know how you feel about this, but I'm ready to go. It's August 31st. I love it when the clock turns to September because it's football time. I watched a lot of football till 3 in the morning last night, and I'm ready to go again.
Well, Zach, tonight as we face the Lavaca Golden Arrows, this series started about 5 or 6 years ago, and Lavaca actually won the first 2 of the series. And since that time, Prairie Grove, the last couple of years, have won this game pretty decisively. And tonight, a lot of high hopes as we go into the Prairie Grove season.
Well, I think it's important to point out that from 2005 to 2009, Lavaca averaged 8.5 wins a year. I mean, that's pretty impressive. They won their conference a couple of times. And this is an improving football team. I don't know if they're there just yet. Last year in Prairie Grove ran up the score, made it 41-6, and had a pretty easy time of it. And I think possibly we'll see the same kind of thing tonight if Prairie Grove takes care of business, just based on what we've seen in the scrimmages thus far against Huntsville and the few plays we saw in the black and gold game. Prairie Grove's got an explosive offense, lots of playmakers. Lynn and I have talked about this off and on for probably the better part of 3 months. Prairie Grove has 5 to 10 guys who can take it to the house on every single play. I don't know if Lavaca has that kind of explosion, but we're going to find out here shortly. They've got a very good player in Anthony Tadaro, who will feature a little bit later on. He's kind of a jack of all trades. He can run the ball. He can throw the ball. They're not in talking with Coach Headley earlier this week. They're not sure where they're going to play him yet. He could play tailback. He could play wide receiver. He could play quarterback. We're just not sure, and we'll find out here shortly. But as I told you last week as we left Huntsville, I think we're in for something special this year, and I think it starts tonight.
Well, one thing we found out last week when we had the scrimmage against Huntsville is Prairie Grove has a ton of weapons. You got Cooper Winters at quarterback. You got the Bartholomew's, Weston and Logan in the backfield. You got Colby Elkins who comes in. You got Jared Murphy at tight end. You got these guys, and then a new move in J.D.
Speed, who is nothing but speed.
Absolutely, and I mean I think he touched the ball twice last week and scored a touchdown both times. So a lot of opportunities on offense. And what surprised me last week was how good the defense was, Zach.
Aggressive, much more aggressive than we've seen in the past couple of years from Prairie Grove. They switched defenses to a 3-3-5. And Lynn, I don't know how you feel about this, and this struck me as I was driving home last week. Coach Abser seems a lot more relaxed with this group of kids. He just seems, it's like, you get that smile on your face because you got something. I think we've got something, and we're about to unleash this thing here very shortly.
Well, I think, Zach, what happens over time is this group, and we may say this more than once this year, but this group of on the field tonight, the senior class went 10-0 in junior high, and the other 2 went 9-1. So this is a 28-2 junior high team. Now we know that the junior high speed of the game is nothing like it is in high school, but there's been a lot of high hopes for this year in Prairie Grove for a long time, and tonight we get a chance to see it.
They're not number 7 preseason in the state for they're number 7 for a reason, and they're pretty darn good. Now they've got some guys that they're going to have to replace on the offensive line. We've talked about that, but they have guys with experience who have played, especially in playoff games last year. They've got a wealth of talent in the backfield at the wide receiver spots, and of course you've got not only a 3-year starter at quarterback, you've got a young man who's his backup who won a playoff game last year, and that counts for something. And then you throw in a little Colby Elkins, and I hate to say this because I know we're in enemy territory here, but this could be name your score. I really think that it could get out of hand because Prairie Grove just has too many weapons.
Well, Zach, before we get started, looks like they're about to come out. Here come the Prairie Grove Tigers out onto the field. And I think our crowd is trying to still find their way to Lavaca tonight because we usually travel very well, Zach, and I'm a little surprised we're not a little more heavy over there. But
we didn't have any trouble, did we, Lynn?
No, we didn't, but some folks from the school that's helping us tonight took a little time to get here. But we're all here tonight. Glad to have everybody with us, and we are ready to kick off for football. The Lavaca Golden Arrows will be receiving.
Who's your pick to click tonight? Who you got?
My pick to click tonight, I'm gonna go with Logan Bartholomew tonight.
Oh, a real stretch on your part.
Well, it is his first start.
I'll go off the charts a little bit. I'm gonna say Dalton Falk. I think he's gonna have another big night defensively, especially coming on the blitzes. We saw it in the scrimmage against Huntsville. How many sacks did he have? 3. And he only played 2 quarters. So I think we're gonna see something. First big change, no Landon Allen.
Yeah, and Landon, I believe, he was off last week. He must be hurt. Maybe we'll check with some of the East Lab crew here tonight and see if they know anything about Landon and his situation.
I think we're getting lucky here. We've just missed the what is it now? A tropical depression, Isaac. Yes. Field looks like it's in good shape. There's no puddles. Doesn't look like they've really got a whole lot of rain down here.
Some of these numbers are a little hard to see, so forgive us tonight, those that are watching. I can't even quite tell who's deep there. I can see the 51 and 60 up here in the front, but back deep.
The youngins here are shaking their heads. They're saying they're easy to see. It may just be our age, but
that kick's kind of short. Filled by the up man, number 44. That is Taylor Harmon. Harmon's going to be dropped right around the 34-yard line.
I'll be interested to see how
number 12. J.D. Speed on the tackle.
Welcome to Prairie Grove. He's a move-in. I think it'll be interesting to see how aggressive Prairie Grove is right off the bat. Do they go to the 3-3-5 blitz package right away, or do they kind of see what Lavaca wants to do? Because frankly, we don't know what kind of offense they're going to run. They've been multi-dimensional the last couple of years. They've messed around a little with the eye, the wing tee. We're not sure what we're going to see.
And that quarterback is Hayden Headley. Is it Headley or Headley? Headley. To
quote Headley Lamar.
Fumble on the play, and Prairie Grove jumps on it. Oh, there we go.
We got a flag down.
What a way to start.
We got a flag down.
Flag on the play. Fumble is going to be recovered by, it looks like, number 16, Dalton Falk. You said your pick to click.
I feel like Johnny Carson. Holding.
Now you're showing your age.
Well, yeah. That's the way you want to start a football game, is a nice fumble on the first play, fumble recovery. And now you get to go to work with your offense.
We want to encourage those that are watching, go to pgtigersonline.com. Go to the comments page. Let us know where you're watching from tonight. Now Winter's back, rolling to his right, looking deep in the end zone. Touchdown! Prairie Grove! Give him 6! Give him 6!
That's John Halbert. That's the play we saw a couple of times last week against Huntsville. It's the one he caught on the deflection last week.
Well, what a way to start the season when 15 seconds into the 2012 football season, the Tigers are up 6-0, and now with an opportunity to kick the extra point. And it looks like Big Jared Murphy's going to kick the extra point.
We talked all last year about red zone possessions, not turning the ball over, converting your opportunities right away. Right away in 2012, Prairie Grove just boom, 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 6 points.
Okay, who's holding there? It looks like Jacob Storley on the hold. Or is that Halbert? That's Halbert. And then Jared Murphy up in the air. And it's going to be off to the right slightly. And after 15 seconds of play, the Prairie Grove Tigers lead 6-0. Let's take a timeout and a commercial.
PG Telco, built on community, focused on progress. But what does that mean? Built on community, focused on progress. But what does that mean to you? It means that you get to keep up with all your sporting events associated with Prairie Grove Athletics on a website furnished and maintained by PG Telco. It means that the folks at PG Telco have an interest in you, your kids, your school, and your community. And they're focused on progress. They're committed to bringing you the very latest in technology for your home or your office, for telephone, internet, long distance, or direct TV. Think PG Telco. Built on community, focused on progress. PG Telco, built on community, focused on progress.
Murphy to kick for the Tigers as the Tigers take a quick 6-0 lead.
It's the way you want to start 2012.
Absolutely.
Fumble recovery, long touchdown pass.
Murphy
Beautiful.
again. The kick this time goes a little deeper. Fielded by number 21. That is Anthony Todaro. He's their all everything. He's their Tim Tebow. He's their guy. I mean, he's their big play guy. That's where the big plays are going to come from. Todaro gets.
I don't think we're going to see a lot of big plays tonight. I just think Prairie Grove is. I think they're primed and ready. I really do.
Well, the Golden Arrows will begin at the ball at their own 30-yard line. 11 minutes, 38 seconds to go here in the first quarter. We're just underway. If you joined us, go to pgtigersonline.com. Go to the comments page. Let us know where you're watching from tonight. Always like to hear from you. Pitch, Todaro hit in the backfield.
Jacob Call blew that up. Blew it up with the blitz right up the middle. And, I'm thinking about this. If they're going to have quarterback center exchange problems, then that'd be directly attributable to Jared Murphy. And frankly, if I'm snapping the ball to you, I'm afraid if Jared's playing over me.
Well, not only you had Call, you had Luke Johnson, Murphy, all in there. The down lineman, Brandon Taylor, all the front four there made that tackle. Second down, 9 for the Golden Arrows. Headley comes under center. He's rolling to his right. He's looking downfield, and a nice pitch and catch there. Caught by number 21. That's Todaro.
If Lavaca's going to do anything, they're going to have to roll Headley out, get away from the pressure coming up the middle. But, of course, the counter to that is they're going to start bringing their corners off the corner, those linebackers off the corner, and eventually the quarterback's going to start running into them. So it's a guessing game for Lavaca at this point.
It's actually a really nice pass there by Headley. He led him, got it just out the outstreach arm of Halbert. It's third down and about a yard for the Golden Arrows. Tigers with a 5-man front, and they're coming after him, and I do not believe he got it. It's going to depend on the spot, and if he's short of the oh, come on. That's a generous spot. Well, a very generous spot there.
Kobe Graves on the carry.
That's going to get him the first down. That was a generous spot, my friend. And I'm being a little bit of a homer right now, but generous spot.
It's going to be tough to make a living if you're going to run the ball straight up the middle now. From our perspective, it's a generous spot. I'll just say that.
First down for the Golden Arrows. Ball at their own 40. In motion is Todaro. Oh, hit right. Oh, not much going there.
The great wall of call.
Number 34, Kobe Graves on the carry. If he maybe picked up a yard there, to be second down and 9. They've run 3 plays up the middle with a total of 2 yards. The one big play they got was a rollout pass. Second down and 9. Tigers showing blitz, and they're coming, and nothing going there. Number 14, that is Brandon Nodier, and Nodier, they may have even lost a half a yard there. Third down and 10 for the Golden Arrows.
I've been telling you all summer, Nodier is primed for a huge year. He is perfect to play next to Jacob Call. Jacob Call is just going to destroy anything that moves. Brandon's going to be there to clean up anything that may get past him.
There's an official timeout, and with that timeout, let's take a break. With 9:27 to go here in the first quarter, the Prairie Grove Tigers lead 6-0.
Ozark Delight Lollipops are America's #1 fundraising lollipop. We produce our lollipops the old-fashioned way in small batches, ensuring flavor intensity to the last lick.
All right, that was a very quick timeout, so we're back with you. Third down and 10. Headley, the ball goes way over Headley's head. And he is going to try to make something. And he tried to make something. Zach, on plays like that, the best thing to do is fall on the ball.
Yeah, absolutely. You don't want to make things worse. And I can tell you, the center right before he snapped the ball, picked his head up, saw two blitzers coming. Lavaca's going to have trouble with that all night long. And you can't have that in a game where maybe you're outmanned or outgunned.
So back to punt is Headley. Back deep is Halbert, and I can't see the other player over there, but I believe it is Logan.
That's Logan.
Bartholomew. There's the punt. It's going to be, wow, going to go out of bounds right about the Prairie Grove 36, and he's going to mark it right. Whoa. Wow. We may have got a generous spot that time. We'll take it. We're all leaving up on the spots now. 1st and 10 for Prairie Grove, ball at their own 40.
Punt goes out of bounds, the 40-yard line.
Really like to see Prairie Grove get into their offense here, run some plays. I know it's nice to score in one play on your first drive, but you got to get some work in this week and get a couple of players going. You're going to see Weston at fullback this year. If you haven't been following them during the summer, Weston's moved over a spot from the halfback spot. He'll play fullback. And here's Weston. Weston will get about 3 yards. That's that dive that the Moose made famous.
Just checking the comment page, our cameraman from last year, Henry, was online and said his pick to click tonight was John Halbert. Of course, probably showed up after the touchdown.
Of course he did.
2nd down and 7 for the Tigers. Cooper Winters comes under center. Movement there. I think that's going to. Jacob Lacey got a little bit of a quick start there. Going to be a 5-yard step off against the Tigers. 2nd down, and to make it 2nd, about 12 for the Tigers.
How long do you think it is before they run that quick pitch to Logan on the outside?
Well, do you know Logan right now? Is he in the? I guess they have Noah Hunter.
Noah's playing wingback.
Logan's
at halfback. Yeah, the 26 and the 28 are a little confusing from up here. There he is.
Your man Dalton Falks out here to the right or to the left, and there is. And Headley catches Bartholomew back in the backfield, about the 31-yard line. Loss on the play of about 7 yards. Going to bring up 3rd and real long for the Tigers. Nice play by the Golden Arrows.
Looks like they've settled down a little bit. You get the jitters out on the first play, and Lavaca looks like they've settled down, and now they just got to get their offense going.
Third down, let's call it 3rd and 18 for the Tigers.
They're man-to-man down here on Halbert.
Winters, he's got Dalton Falk open. Can he get to it? No. That's going to bring up 4th down for the Tigers. He had it.
Cooper had just led him to the outside. Dalton had more, he get a little bit more air underneath it. He would have led him right to the 30-yard line and catching the touchdown.
Don't think he rolled to his left at times when you got to square your shoulders up. Mm-hmm. He didn't quite get him square, just off the mark a little bit. So it's going to be 4th down for the Tigers. And Cooper's going to punt here. He'll be standing right about the 20-yard line, just inside the 20 at the 18. Good defensive stand that time for the Lavaca Golden Arrows. Snap comes off good. Winters gets a end-over-end kind of punt. That's going to be a good. Thought we might get a little bit of bounce, and they're going to pick it up, and that's going to be Brandon Taylor on the tackle.
Taylor Harmon on the return.
Harmon on the return. He gets tackled at about the 43-yard line, and that's where.
It's a dangerous play. Dangerous play.
Headley comes under center. Tigers showing blitz, and Call gets through there, and there's going to be a pass. Almost. Nice play there. That's, I believe that's Noah Hunter. No, that's not Hunter.
That's Logan playing
that's
free
Logan.
safety.
Okay, Logan at the free safety position. He almost got it, and then he almost batted into the hands of some of the other Tigers.
When Mr. Headley puts his head down tonight, he's going to see Jacob Call in his sleep.
Jacob
is all over him.
Call came through the line very quickly. And it's 2nd down and 10 for the Golden Arrows. Again, if you're watching, go to pgtigersonline.com. Go to the comments page. Let us know where you're watching from. And a keeper on the option play, Jared Murphy and Nick Sugg.
Too slow. With the kind of penetration that Prairie Grove's getting, you can't have a play that slow.
I really like what's going on here with the with Prairie Grove's defense.
Yeah.
I mean, the run there's nothing there on the run right now.
I think that all goes back to just Coach Absher being a lot more confident with what he's seeing. This team is experienced, they're deep, and he's got a lot of confidence in them. I mean, look at this. You're playing one high on 4 wide receivers. You're playing Logan deep, playing man-to-man across the board.
Interesting defensive formation there. And under pressure, Headley's got a little bit of time looking deep. Halbert knocks the ball away, intended for number 17, Levi Voss.
Every time Headley goes back to pass, somebody's in his face. He's having to run away from somebody. You know, there's only so long you can do that before something bad happens. Wasn't it George Allen that said on a pass play, 3 things can happen and 2 of them are bad?
Absolutely. I think he said it, Darryl Royal said it, and a lot of those guys from that era said it. That's why they all ran the football. 4th down and 11 for the Golden Arrows. Bartholomew and Halbert back deep. Headley gets the punt away, end over end. Halbert lets it bounce.
Let it go.
And they're claiming he touched the ball. And the ref says absolutely not.
There's no way. John's too experienced to do that. I think if that thing had taken a hop and come up to him, yes, but he's not going to reach down to grab that.
Well, while we are waiting for the offense to come up tonight from our East Lab, we have Danny Davis, Ethan Sam, Cole Walker, Sabrina Smith, Dalton Strong, and Alicia Finfrock. They are our East Lab students who are helping us out tonight. Really appreciate them, and you'll continue to hear and see from them all year long. A nice run inside there. That is Weston Bartholomew, number 20. 5 minutes, 44 seconds to go in the first quarter. Prairie Grove leads 6-0. Quick strike to start the game off. And looks like Lavaca settled down a little bit, but a nice inside run for a 5-yard pickup by Weston.
You got to wonder how long it's going to be before they start going to the 5 wide. If Lavaca's going to continue to play just one safety high, you got to wonder how long it's going to be before they just start throwing it around.
Now Winters rolling to his right. He's got Jared Murphy wide open, but not anymore. Now he just kind of lost it up.
Nice
catch.
Noah
Hunter. Ho, ho, ho.
We got a flag down. We got a
flag. That's probably going to be holding back in that area. Holding against the Tigers.
You know, as nice as a play as that was and a great catch by Noah, Cooper can't throw that. You know, you just can't hang it up down the middle unless you've got, you know, Michael Floyd running down there, Larry Fitzgerald running down the middle of the field at 6'3".
So the 10-yard step off there on holding. Let's see where they're going to mark that. Wow, they're going to mark it all the way back to the 10-yard line. So it's going to be 1st down and 10 for the Tigers, or 2nd down and about 18 for the Tigers. Winters in the shotgun this time. Ball's handed off. That's Logan Bartholomew.
He's gone.
Logan up to about the 40-yard line.
That's a nice way to pick up 32 yards.
Logan Bartholomew on the carry. Here's the 1st down.
Bartholomew gets the ball to about the 40. And now we'll have 1st down and 10 for the Tigers.
You know, it's that element they haven't had in the past, which is that outside speed. They just haven't had it, and Logan certainly provides that for them.
Looking at the comments page tonight, and I will go do, and there's going to be a timeout. So let's look at here. We've got focus is really bad, can hardly see. Sounds great. Can we get a better picture? Is there anything? Let's see if we'll take a quick timeout here. While the timeout, we will see if we can get a little bit better picture for you.
Televised on Family 48 TV. Family 48 is on Cox Cable Channel.
Ozark Delight Lollipops are America's #1 fundraising lollipop. We produce our lollipops the old-fashioned way in small batches, ensuring flavor intensity to the last lick. Mass-produced, machine-made lollipops are simply inferior, and you and your customers can taste the difference. From the production to customer service to everything in between, Ozark's Delight does it right. So whether you're ordering for the next fundraising project or just need some of your favorite flavors, we're here to help. Click our website, ozarkdelight.com, or call us toll-free at 1-800-334-8991.
Still a little bit of a fuzzy picture here. I can see that myself. So we're going to work on that a little bit throughout the game, see if we can get a little bit better picture. First down and 10 for the Tigers. Ball at their own 40. There's Bartholomew. He's around the right side, and this time he makes a little move. Breaks 1 tackle, 2 tackles, still on his feet. Breaks 3 tackles, still on his feet. Inside Lavaca territory, down to about the 41-yard line. Nice, tough run by Weston.
He's just hard to bring down. He's got such a low center of gravity. He's just hard to tackle.
Zach, if you'll take over the play-by-play for a couple minutes, I'm going to see if I can do something about the about our shot there.
It'll be 1st and 10 for Prairie Grove on Lavaca's 41-yard line. At 4:37 to go in the first quarter. And Prairie Grove will line up in the wing T formation. Noah Hunter's the wing back. Pitch sweep to Logan Bartholomew. Logan's down the sidelines. He will get, looks like he'll pick up the first down to the Lavaca 29-yard line. Gain of 12 yards for Logan, and another Prairie Grove first down. Prairie Grove will bring 2 wide receivers to the near side. And the dive to Weston. Weston will get down to about the 28, maybe a gain of 1. Good stop there by Lavaca.
Gain about 2 yards.
Nice play to Jared Murphy right down the middle. And Jared is in for 6. To quote my good friend Lynn Gregson, give him 6. Touchdown, Prairie Grove. Winners to Jared Murphy.
Touchdown, Prairie Grove.
That's that play we saw last week against Huntsville on the 2-point conversion. It's just fake the dive to Weston. Jared hits the what we call a pop pass. Jared gets loose right behind the linebackers. You hit him in between the linebacker and the safety, and that's 6 more points for Prairie Grove. Looks like they'll go for 2. Try to make this a 14-point game. Here's Winters rolling right. Throws it high and incomplete.
Winters' pass is incomplete.
Looks like it was intended for John Halbert. So that'll run Prairie Grove's lead up to 12-0 as we get close to ending the first quarter.
Whether in sports or banking, competition is healthy for a community. If you consider all the choices you have in banking today, the Bank of Fayetteville stands out. The founders of the Bank of Fayetteville realize the importance of giving back to the community, not only for the Tigers on the field tonight, but for the future Tigers to come. The Bank of Fayetteville believes that the folks of Prairie Grove have great potential, and they have that one goal in mind to help you reach that potential. You see, with this thought process in mind, the community wins. The Bank of Fayetteville, banking on your potential.
I know we have a celebrity watching, and I don't know who John Ward is, and I don't know who the Tennessee Volunteers are. Lynn Gregson coined the phrase, give him 6.
My good friend with the text, I know exactly who said it, and I also borrowed from him during basketball with the phrase bottom. So I know good announcers when I hear them, and John Ward was one of the best. First down and 10 for the Lavaca Golden Arrows. They have the ball at their own 33.
Hey, you can't ask for a better start. 12 points in 4 drives. I mean, you'd like to see a little bit more from the running game, but Cooper's got 2 touchdown passes. The last one a beauty to Jared Murphy, and then now you hand it over to your defense, which we've seen all during the preseason is pretty darn good.
Well, what I'm liking to see is Prairie Grove over the years have relied probably more on the run than the pass, and this year we've got a little bit of both that makes it very dangerous. Headley in the shotgun. He's going to go right up the middle and find absolutely nothing, but he's going to pick up maybe a yard or 2.
It's going to be hard to make a living if you're running up the middle on this group. It's going to be hard to make a living. I don't care who you are.
Second down and 8. They give him 2 yards on the play. We again apologize a little bit for the fuzzy picture. We're trying to work on that a little bit. Can't tell if it's where we are tonight, if it's the sunlight or what exactly, but we'll continue to work on it, try to get you a little better picture.
Headley's pass incomplete. Nobody really in the area. Good pressure from Prairie Grove again. 2 bodies getting after Headley. He's having a tough night. Still in there fighting.
Well, Zach is, if we see this first quarter, Lavaca trying to establish a run, but not able to do it. Their best play so far is when they've gotten Headley out of the pocket, and they have no one in the backfield, and he's right up under center, and he's going to roll to his right, and he's going to be trapped, sacked, throws the ball up for grabs.
Intercepted.
It's intercepted. That's Dalton Falk. Your man pick for click or click.
Yeah,
we're
going to get a horse collar. We're going to get a personal foul for the horse collar tackle.
Personal foul, horse collar on the play against the Tigers.
Horse collar on Prairie Grove.
Well, Headley's got to learn you just can't throw it. Eat it and take the loss and live to fight another day. You just cannot throw the ball up, especially against this group. And this group intercepts passes a lot.
So with the step off, Lavaca's going to have the ball right at the 50-yard line. I believe this is their deepest penetration so far.
Yeah, you don't want to get sloppy here if you're Prairie Grove. You really want to put this team away and then work on some things. I mean, they're getting great pressure on Headley. Don't give them any gifts.
As I'm looking at the picture now at a different frame, it's a lot of it has to do with the sunlight. Just so you know that we are directly facing the west. The sun is right on the camera, so we apologize for that. It looks like we're probably about 10 or 15 minutes away from having the sun down. So so hang with us. We'll try to give you as much information we can. 2 minutes 13 seconds to go here in the first quarter. Prairie Grove leads 12-0. Lavaca has a 2nd and 5 from the Prairie Grove 45. I think they're going to get Prairie Grove for all sides. I don't think I saw Lavaca move.
I don't like the penalties.
They're going to call offsides on Prairie Grove. Now, Zach,
Offside,
we've been facing the sun so much, I'm seeing purple in front of my eyes. And it's not the Lavaca purple either. It's a purple haze.
I think we're about, we're probably 10 or 15 minutes from getting rid of this.
All right, first down and 10 for Lavaca. Ball at the Prairie Grove 40. Pitch. That is to Darrow, and he's going to be wrapped up, hit right about the line of scrimmage. Brought down by several Tigers. Noah Hunter, Jared Murphy, Brandon Taylor, Logan Bartholomew, Dalton Falk, and at the bottom of the pile coming up is That is Brandon Nodier. So several Tigers in there on the tackle.
I just don't think you can run up the middle. You can't run wide. The 3-3-5 is designed to take the run away and make you pass. Now that's because you can come from multiple angles. You outnumber them everywhere you go. And I mean they're bringing somebody up the middle on almost every play. They're bringing somebody off the corners.
They are coming after them.
Yeah, I mean the penetration that Prairie Grove's getting is tremendous.
Dalton Falk on the tackle, loss on the yard.
There's 3 or 4 guys in the backfield on almost every play, and if Prairie Grove doesn't have a couple of penalties here, they've already got the ball back, and with the way the offense is going, who knows how many points they've got.
Well, it's 3rd down and 11 for the Golden Arrows. We heard a lot about Tadero coming into the game, but not a lot from him in the first quarter.
They're trying.
No,
I mean they're trying to get him. They're trying to get him going, but it's just hard to make a living. Here we go.
Over Headley's head again, and this time he does the smart thing, falls right on it. That's Nick Sugg.
They got him for the personal foul.
That. I don't think he speared him. I mean,
he was down. You can't touch him.
Another personal foul penalty on Prairie Grove. Prairie Grove, and I'm not sure if our stat lady has the number of penalties so far, but our stats so far, I know of 3 personal foul penalties. We've had a holding penalty.
Offsides, yeah, 5 or 6 penalties easily.
We've had 5 or 6 penalties so far already on Prairie Grove.
And that's stuff you're going to see in the first game. The stuff you can talk about and correct for next week against Morrilton. But, I mean, you just hate to see it because that's 3rd and 10. Now you give them
3rd and 10. It basically was a redo.
Yeah, well, you're giving them a first down now.
Lavaca's had a couple of times now where they snap the ball that far over. It's not like it misses by a little bit there, Zach.
Mm-hmm.
It's a big miss. But, of course, Jared Murphy's over the top of it and is probably thinking about trying to get him blocked. Headley takes a snap right on target this time. Ball batted away.
Prairie Grove's got to be careful. When they're coming in, not under control. Headley is, he's short arming all of his passes. Just the pressure's starting to get to him. They just got to be careful here with these personal fouls.
Well, that was a 4th down call.
Yeah, it was a dead ball foul from the spot of the foul.
So Prairie Grove takes the ball over, and I apologize for not recognizing it was 4th. 11.1 seconds to go here in the first quarter. Prairie Grove leads 12-0. Again, we thank Danny, Ethan, Cole, Sabrina, Dalton, and Alicia tonight for helping us out. And the sun is almost down, Zach.
Couldn't be happier. It's humid up here.
And now Cooper, he's going to hand it. This time that is...
I got a block in the back.
That's Logan. Logan's going to go, but he is...
Block in the back on Jacob Call.
Yeah, Jacob Call's going to be blocked in the back.
And there's another one.
There is a flag.
There's 2 flags down. And a block in the back.
I just checked, and it looks like there's been 7 penalties so far on Prairie.
There's
Grove
number 8.
in the first quarter.
Block in the back and holding. Prairie Grove.
Wow.
And 9. That's 9. You just can't have it.
They got 2 on one play. Now, I think in that situation you have to take one or the other. I don't think you can take both. But.
Well, we're going to find out here. Based on what we saw from the referees last week.
Well, that's going to make it first down at about 16, and that is the end of the first quarter. And as we come to the end of the first quarter, our score, the Prairie Grove Tigers 12, the Lavaca Golden Arrows 0.
There's been a Davis at the counter of Sterling Drugs since before most of us were born. As a matter of fact, Sterling Drugs been at the same location. The counter of Sterling Drugs since before most of us were born. As a matter of fact, Sterling Drugs been at the same location in Prairie Grove since 1918. And while a lot has changed in the medical field, quality customer care is not one of them at Sterling Drug. You'll find the latest in all prescriptions explained to you by Gary Davis. He's been doing it for nearly 30 years. As a matter of fact, Gary's only going to charge you for the medication. His experience, he's going to throw that in for free. Keeping you healthy since 1918. Sterling Drug, 120. The counter of Sterling Drug since before most of us were born. As a matter of fact, Sterling Drug's been at the same location in Prairie Grove since 1918. And while a lot has changed in the medical field, quality customer care is not one of them at Sterling Drug. You'll find the latest in all prescriptions explained to you by Gary Davis. He's been doing it for nearly 30 years. As a matter of fact, Gary's only going to charge you for the medication. His experience, he's going to throw that in for free. Keeping you healthy since 1918. Sterling Drug, 125 East Buchanan in Prairie Grove. Proud sponsors of Prairie Grove Athletics.
Okay, Zach, get ready to start the second quarter. Prairie Grove has the ball first and 16, ball at their own 34.
Well, I think if there's an area to work on, it's penalties at inopportune times. But other than that, for first quarter, I don't think you could ask for much more. Big plays, great defense, couple of turnovers.
Oh, that's behind the line, and that's J.D. Speed. Face mask, big-time face mask in Prairie Grove.
All the referees got that one.
When that head goes back like that, you know it's definitely a face mask.
Personal foul, face mask against the Arrows.
Well, you hate to see that. Grabbing the face mask, that is dangerous.
First down and 10 for the Tigers. Ball at their own 47 after the personal foul face mask call. Quick pitch. That is J.D. Speed. Speed breaks one tackle, gets it over the 50 into the Lavaca territory at about the 48-yard line.
It'll be interesting to see how they use him this year. He's a little bit bigger than Logan is. I don't know if he's as fast, but he's certainly proven his worth in the couple of scrimmages we've seen where every time he touches the ball, it seems like he's going for a touchdown. We got an equipment timeout. Bobby Cat's gotten in.
If you're watching, please go to pgtigersonline.com. If you go to pgtigersonline.com, go to the comments page. Let us know where you're watching from. I know we've had a little bit of problems with our picture tonight. We hope that it's getting better as the sun goes down. Second down, we'll call it second and long 6 for the Tigers. And there's Bartholomew, and he is met immediately by a host of the Golden Arrows, led by number 51 for the Golden Arrows. That is Zach Cornstalk.
Brings up third down.
Just having one of those moments where I'm, off in my own little world here. It's a conversation we were having on the way down.
Third down, and let's call it third, and again a long 6, no gain on the play. Prairie Grove. There's Winters rolling.
Oh my gosh, he's got his pick.
A man open, and that is just over the outreach hand.
Look at Bobby Cat. Look at Bobby Cat all by himself. Cooper could have picked anyone he wanted. They were all open.
Prairie Grove, they have Winters on the field. Can't tell if they're going to punt or they're going for it here.
I think they should go for it.
Fourth down.
They're getting what they want. They're getting the looks they want. Guys are open.
They are going for it.
You just got to start connecting a little bit.
So it's fourth down and 6. I don't think Lavaca was quite ready for them to go for it, and they're going to have to call a timeout. Yep, Lavaca decided to call a timeout. Weren't ready.
Timeout,
so with that timeout, let us take a timeout with them. With 10 minutes.
Where in Prairie Grove can you go to get your gas, grab a tank of propane, a bag of ice, your favorite snack, and a soda drink, have your breakfast or lunch prepared fresh, made to order, wash that down with your favorite drink, and follow that with a hand-dipped ice cream? There's only one place that I know of that comes close to all of that in Prairie Grove. Locally owned and operated, it has to be Frederick's One Stop. And did I mention the coffee breaks in the afternoon where all the world's problems are solved? Only at Frederick's One Stop. Proud to be sponsors of Prairie Grove Tiger Athletics.
Okay, back with you. Got cut off there right before the commercial. We've got 10 minutes and 5 seconds to go here in the second quarter.
The wind's
And
picking
now
up a little bit.
Breeze starting to come in here. Feels really good. Tonight at halftime, our plan will be at halftime, we will stay on the field. Our mics we have tonight, I think, will be able to pick up the band.
Oh, I think so.
So we'll pick the band up and we'll stay with it through halftime, and then after the band and the cheerleaders, we'll take a quick break and then come back with some stats. Prairie Grove 4th down and 7. They lined up to go for it, and Lavaca took the timeout, and they're going to still go.
For it. I don't know that I necessarily disagree with this. This is, I mean, you're getting exactly what you want as far as looks go. Guys are wide open. We just got to start hitting with some receivers.
Here we go, and now Winters has got time now. Pulls up, throws.
He's open.
Oh, just off the hands of John Halbert. Oh, so close.
9 times out of 10, he catches that one. You got the look you wanted. Halbert was open. It's a good pass by Cooper, just a little bit out of reach.
Well, it could be a momentum changer all in this, Zach. We've held him so far.
Is Mike Leach on the far side?
Pardon?
Mike Leach on the far side, going for it, throwing it deep on 4th and 7.
It's un-Absher-like.
Yes, it is. I'm telling you, just listening to him talk, a couple of things I've read, he is so much more confident with this group than I think he's been with any team he's ever had. And his defense is playing well. I mean, there's no question about that. You knock out the penalties, this defense is dominating.
Lavaca starts the ball just inside Prairie Grove territory at about the 49-yard line. There's Headley. He's back quick. And a nice call there. And he breaks one tackle, and he's going to be wrapped up. I believe that's number 67, Jacob Call. Tackles number 44, Taylor Harmon.
That's a good call. That slows down the blitz.
Yeah, and they looked at it and said, we've got to do something to slow that down.
Yeah. And, Bobby Cat was in position to make the tackle. He was right there. He just, missed a tackle. That happens on a good player.
Well, tonight, again, we want to welcome our East Lab students that are helping us out with the camera, the stats, some of the producing, and doing a great job. We've also been going in the press box here with our principal, Ron Bond, and superintendent, Dr. Alan Williams. There is up the middle. That is Harmon again, I believe.
Colby Graves on the carry.
I'm sorry, that's Colby Graves on the carry. He's going to be just short of the first down. It'll be 3rd down about a yard. And Zach, the little quick screenplay worked because Prairie Grove had to slow down.
Lavaca's got a little momentum going. And if you're Prairie Grove, do you dial up a blitz here?
Well, I think you can take a little bit of a gamble here.
I think out of a power eye, yes.
He's got the first down. Forward progress. Forward progress gets him inside the 40 to about the 38-yard line. That's Call in there on the tackle.
Colby Graves on the carry.
Graves
That's
gets
enough
the
for
first
Lavaca.
down.
Golden Arrow, first down.
Well, the Prairie Grove going for it on 4th. Gave them good field position. The first down gets them in their deepest penetration of the night. First down and 10 for the Golden Arrows. Ball at the Prairie Grove 38. 8 minutes, 35 seconds to go here in the first half. Headley comes under center, full house backfield for the Golden Arrows. Federo on the carry. He gets maybe back to the line of scrimmage.
Just not a whole lot of running room up the middle. I mean, Jared he's dominating that A gap and that B gap on either side of the center. I mean, he's just dominating.
He's making the center think a lot.
Oh yeah, I mean, 2 bad snaps, and actually 3 bad snaps. We had 2 over the quarterback's head in the shotgun and 1 fumbled exchange.
Headley comes under center. He's got it back to pass, and it's going to be quick strikes now. They're seeing they don't have time to throw. That's Halbert on the coverage, intended for, I believe that's number 17, number 17, Levi Voss.
Halbert's going to get one of these sooner or later.
If Halbert a half step there, and Halbert's going for 6 the other way.
Yeah, they're starting to zone in on that because I mean everything's a 3-step drop and a throw, and frankly Headley he's fluttering the ball a little bit. Halbert's going to get one of these, or Dalton Falk or Bobby Catt's going to get one of these, and we're going the other way.
3rd down and 10 for the Golden Arrows. He's rolling to his right. He's in trouble.
Oh, look out!
Brought down. That's Jacob Call. And Dalton Falk also in there, all the way back to midfield, close to midfield.
Looks like Jacob's going with the Incredible Hulk dance this year.
He had a dance last year.
Yeah, it was sort of a Samoan, Hawaiian kind of thing. It was, I just sacked you kind of dance. This one was, pure Incredible Hulk.
Well, the Avengers did come out since last season, so he made it to the theater to see that. 4th down. And a long way to go for the Golden Arrows, and they're back to punt. Deep is Bartholomew and Halbert for the Tigers. Good snap. Ball goes end over end, and going to be fielded by Halbert. He picks it up, get it on the run.
See you later.
Breaks loose. That's John Halbert at the 45, the 50. He's got one man to beat, and he gets by him at the 40. 30, 20. Oh, give him 6, Prairie Grove.
I said he was going to go the other way at some point. I just didn't think it would be on a punt return. When was the last time Prairie Grove returned a punt for a touchdown? We had a couple of kickoffs last year.
I don't recall, Zach, but I like that.
I like that one. That'll work.
He picked that up on the roll at about the 23-yard line and went 77 yards, and he had one man to beat. And you see how he used the field to kind of, use the full field to be able to get by his man. He didn't just try to blow by him.
It was a punter, man. It's the punter.
Hey, he had an angle on it, Zach. Tigers going to go for 2 without Landon Allen, our normal kicker. Quick strike. Oh, nice batted away.
Good play on the defensive line. Way to get your hands up.
Is no good.
Well, with 6 minutes and 54 seconds to go here in the first half, Prairie Grove leads 18-0. Let's take a break.
What does it take to win a President's Award from Ford? It takes hard work. It takes dedication and teamwork. A lot of the same ingredients that every single coach looks for to build a championship team. Well, Lewis Ford won the President's Award because they delivered award-winning service before, during, and after each and every sale. That's the standard that's been set at all Lewis dealerships. Whether it's Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, or Jeep, Lewis Automotive is delivering award-winning service since 1947. Lewis Automotive says, "Go Tigers!"
Murphy lining up the kick here.
Anybody at the East Lab know what happened to Landon? You go to school with him. Landon's not playing tonight. We're just curious what happened to him.
There's a kick by Murphy. Short kick. Can be fielded there. That is number 22 for the Golden Arrows.
Tanner Graham on the return.
Brought down, I believe that was
J.D. Speed.
Nodier and Taylor on there, and then also can't tell that was going across there. But the Golden Arrows will take over 1st down and 10, ball at their own 35. 6 minutes, 48 seconds to go.
This game's similar to last year's game. Prairie Grove, pretty much took control in the first half, and then Lavaca got a couple things going in the second half. But to this point, as long as Prairie Grove continues to do what they're doing, there shouldn't be too many problems.
Lavaca has already made some adjustments to the going for strict quick strike passes. Up the middle here, Murphy meets him. Also coming in was J.D. Speed.
Kobe Graves on the carry.
Also Brandon Taylor in. The front of the Tigers are really dominating the front line there.
It's encouraging to see since they switched defenses last year. They had the 4-man front this year, a 3-man front, and Jared was a defensive end last year. Now you got him smack dab in the middle of the defense. He's occupying the guard, the center, and the guard, and they can't block him.
2nd down and 8 for the Lavaca Golden Arrows. Headley comes under center, high backfield. He's trying to run the option, and he's going to be met there.
Headley on the keeper.
Again on the tackle, that is Brandon Nodier. 5:41. Zach, I felt a couple raindrops come through here.
Well, there is a tropical depression in the area. I don't know if anybody's heard that.
3rd down and about 5 to go for the Golden Arrows. Quick pass, thrown, complete.
That's not going to work.
He's going to be short of the 1st down. The ball about the 43-yard line. John Halbert on the tackle.
Pass is complete. The Indians narrow.
You know, Prairie Grove's responded to just about everything that Lavaca has been able to throw at him. You're talking about 5 minutes to go in the half. Prairie Grove, they're going to go.
I believe they're going. They're at a point now, Zach. I think they're starting to think, okay, if we're going to get in this thing, we're going to go. But
isn't that what General Custer thought?
Headley is the punter as well, though. But they're not punting. It's the 4th down and about 3 to go. They line up in an I backfield. Prairie Grove with a 4-man front this time. And I think they're going to get called for a jump there.
Timeout, Lavaca.
Lavaca called a timeout. Wow. Well, that timeout, let's take a timeout with them with the score. Prairie Grove 18, Lavaca 0.
Building a championship caliber athletic program takes more than great coaching. It takes more than great student athletes. It takes great support from the community. You can show your Tiger pride and support all the sport teams here at Prairie Grove by joining the Prairie Grove All Sports Booster Club. Make your check of $25 payable to the Prairie Grove All Sports Booster Club and send it to the address you see now. A portion of your donation makes it possible to broadcast Prairie Grove sports online. It's great to be a Prairie Grove Tiger. PG Telco, built on community, focused on progress. But what does that mean to you? It means that you get to keep up with all your sporting events associated with Prairie Grove Athletics on a website furnished and maintained by PG Telco. It means that the folks at PG Telco have an interest in you, your kids, your school, and your community. And they're focused on progress. They're committed to bringing you the very latest in technology for your home or your office. For telephone, internet, long distance, or direct TV, think PG Telco. Built on community, focused on progress.
On 4th down, pass complete. And the Golden Arrows, Headley under a lot of pressure.
Pass is complete to number 34, Kobe Graves.
And Graves gets the completion. And Halbert makes the tackle, but not before the Golden Arrows pick up a 4th down and 3 with the ball there on 47.
No, you're right. I mean, they're at the point of no return here. They've got to do something.
I got a text from Doug Allen, Landon's dad. He said that Landon has a torn thigh muscle, Zach. So
that hurts. No, not kicking the football with that one.
Now Headley rolling to his left this time. He's got a little bit of time. He bites some time. Oh, almost intercepted by Logan Bartholomew. And Logan had momentum as he came to the ball that time.
You can tell they're starting to get a read on him. I mean, Headley doesn't have the strongest arm in the world. He's not going to rifle a lot of these in there, but they're starting to get a read on him, and somebody's going to take one back before the night's over.
Second down and 10. Here's the Golden Arrows. Ball up the middle. Nice run this time. Going to be about pick up about 5 yards, and that's one of the better runs they've had up the middle tonight.
You got to wonder when they're going to come back to that tight end screen, because that seems to be working. The dives up the middle out of the power eye seem to be working. You know, they obviously can't get the ball down the field because of the pressure, but you know, if you can get a touchdown here before halftime, you know, get yourself back into the game. They get the ball first. You know, you never know. And looks like we have an official's timeout.
Official time.
Well, that timeout, during the timeout, I've got some scores from some of our local teams. And let's see, we have P. Ridge leading Elkins 17-0. Crossett leading Magnolia 28-0. Ozark leading Boonville 6-0. Not too far from here. 3rd down and 6. Lavaca looks for a quick strike. Headley's going to be sacked. And that is...
There's a flag on the play.
Couldn't tell who was the sack there. That's number 51. That's
Johnson.
Luke Johnson. Flag on the play. Don't see a Farmington score just yet.
Prairie Grove.
Ozark leading Boonville. There is a Farmington score. Farmington and Huntsville all tied up at 8.
Really?
That's in the second quarter. And the Blackhawks of P Ridge now leading Elks.
By the way, my
That's,
dark horse pick to surprise this year in the 1-4A is P Ridge.
24-0 is that score. Ozark now leads Boonville 12-0. So a lot of scores in the area. And Gravett leads Lamar 6-0. So really appreciate that's our East Lab folks helping us out. Up the middle, no game. What was the call there, Zach? Was there personal foul?
That was a holding in the defensive backfield.
A defensive hold. Well,
Exactly.
a loss of a yard brings up 2nd 11 for the Golden Arrows. Two minutes, 48 seconds to go here in the first half. Prairie Grove leading 18-0. 2nd down 11, Golden Arrows. Headley comes under center. Showing a blitz. There they come again. He's rolling to his right. Throws, and that's going to be John Halbert just off his fingertips.
Pass is incomplete.
3rd down and 11.
Yeah, you can tell Headley's starting to get frustrated. I mean, every time he drops back, he's getting hit.
The best thing, though, is when he rolls to his right seems to be when he buys the most time. And the quick strike. I think those are the two.
They'll start to counter that with blitzes coming off the right corner because, I mean, he can't throw coming to his left. You know, the only way that the biggest plays they've had are when he's rolling to the right. They'll eventually start bringing the blitzes off. He's going to run right into Dalton Falk.
And he's done that. We've already done that a couple times already tonight. So 3rd down and 11 for the Golden Arrows. Prairie Grove leads. 2 minutes, 31 seconds to go here in the first half. 18-0 the Tigers. Headley back to pass. He's under pressure. That's Murphy. And now Headley throws back across his body in the middle. Complete.
That's a good play.
Nice play by Headley. Heads up play by Headley.
Kept the play alive and finds an open man. The receiver got lost in the middle of that zone, got lost in space. You know, it's a nice play.
Pass is complete to number 19, Jaron Moore.
So Moore gets about 9 yards. Going to be 4th and about a yard with the ball just inside the Prairie Grove 25. 1 minute, 58 seconds to go till halftime. Lavaca, I believe Lavaca's used 1 or 2 timeouts already. I know they've used 1. 4th and about a yard. I believe the forward progress is going to get him the first down. And looking where the ref here is spotting the ball at the 23, he definitely has the first.
That's first down. Good. That's a decent spot.
No, he got a nice push up front.
Some of the spots have been questionable, but
I think they're going to measure. I'm not sure why.
Graves on the carry.
They're going to measure it.
Official time.
it just seems like Lavaca's struggling. You know, every yard's a struggle. And of course, Prairie Grove's helped them out quite a bit. You know, with what are we up to? 10 or 11 penalties now?
And he makes it by about the length of the football. And so 1st down and 10, the Golden Arrows balled about the Prairie Grove, well, let's call it the 24-yard line. 1 minute, 36 seconds to go. The Tigers need to keep them out of the end zone here before the half. First and 10, Golden Arrows. Headley in the shotgun. He's back, straight back, rolls to his right, now throws back across the middle. That seems to be the open spot that they found. But
4 Prairie Grove defensive players in Headley's face. I mean, they are getting such pressure on him. You know, it's only a matter of time before he throws one up for grabs.
Let there be light here in the press box. Okay, 2nd down and 10 for the Golden Arrows. Ball at the 24-yard line of the Tigers. 1 minute, 18 seconds to go. Headley by himself in the shotgun, 5 wide. He looks to his left, throws quick, complete to number 21. That is Anthony Tadero. And a late flag. That's probably going to be a personal foul that late. Face mask. Personal foul, face mask on the Tigers.
Face mask, Prairie Grove.
So another penalty. That is double-digit penalties in the first half for the Tigers.
They've been absolute killers.
You expect some penalties in the first game, but I didn't expect to have double digits in the first half penalties.
You can take motion penalties, you can take offsides penalties, but that's got to be 6 or 7 personal fouls. That's just way too many.
Well, that's going to put the ball down to the Prairie Grove 10-yard line. And now Headley looking for a little running room. He breaks one tackle, but he's not going to go anywhere. And another. That's a little
hit.
Bit,
it's a late
little
hit.
bit flag happy, but if the Prairie Grove's late hit, that's going to move the ball down. First down and goal from the 5. 56.2 seconds, and this drive has been filled with penalties, and they did convert a 4th down and 3 on this drive, Zach, and since then, Prairie Grove's just been giving them 10, 15 yards at a time, and now another 5 yards. So with 56 seconds, Headley in the shotgun. He's got Harmon in the backfield with him. Headley goes right up the middle and gets absolutely nothing. Several of the Tigers in there on the tackle.
It's a shame because Prairie Grove's defense is playing really, really well. You just hate to see this many penalties, the same sort of penalties. Like I said, you can accept a false start. You expect that.
But a lot of
face masks,
fouls.
a lot of late hits. It gives Coach Abser something to work on this week. I'm sure that'll be addressed.
I'm sure it'll be addressed at halftime. Well, let's take a timeout with them with 48 seconds to go. 2nd down and 5 from the Prairie Grove 5-yard line. Let's take a break.
Ozark Delight Lollipops are America's #1 fundraising lollipop. We produce our lollipops the old-fashioned way in small batches, ensuring flavor intensity to the last lick. Mass-produced, machine-made lollipops are simply inferior, and you and your customers can taste the difference. From the production to customer service to everything in between, Ozark's Delight does it right. So whether you're ordering for the next fundraising project or just need some of your favorite flavors, we're here to help. Click our website, ozarkdelight.com, or call us toll-free at 1-800-334-8991.
2nd down and 5. Headley in the shotgun. He's going to take it again. He's going to try to run. He finds a little bit of a hole, maybe picks up a couple of yards.
Headley on the keeper.
Tackle there. Looks like Murphy hit him first. I apologize to those watching tonight. From our angle tonight, it is really hard to see some of these numbers. And now it's 3rd down from the 3, and just Tadero, who is a very good football player, hit him right in the hands. I bet he doesn't drop that one off.
No, he definitely doesn't. And in talking with Coach Headley this week, he said he is their best player. He is their go-to guy.
Well, 4th down and 4, and 24 seconds to go. The Tigers are hanging on here. Looks like they're going to go for it, Zach.
Hey, you go for it at the 50. Why not go for it here?
I just didn't know if they might try a field goal, but down 18-0, you got to try to put 6 on the board.
Especially Prairie Grove gets the ball to start the second half.
Headley in the shotgun. He's back. He's going to look for a quick pass, quick strike, and that one's no good. And the Tigers defense holds inside the 5-yard line after a personal foul. 1st and 5. They gain 1 yard, Zach.
Prairie Grove defense, I mean, they are stout, and we've talked about it through 2.5 scrimmages and 1/2 of regular season football. They are a stout bunch.
Well, the Tigers will take over with 20 seconds to go, ball at their own 4, and a big defensive stop there. You don't want your opposing team, after beating them 18-0 in the first half, to get momentum going into halftime with 6. And now the momentum shifts back to Prairie Grove. And now timeout for the Tigers.
Timeout, Prairie Grove.
Well, let's go ahead and take a timeout with them. With 20 seconds to go in the first half, Prairie Grove 18, Lavaca 0.
Whether in sports or banking, competition is healthy for a community. If you consider all the choices you have in banking today, the Bank of Fayetteville stands out. The founders of the Bank of Fayetteville realize the importance of giving back to the community, not only for the Tigers on the field tonight, but for the future Tigers to come. The Bank of Fayetteville believes that the folks of Prairie Grove have great potential, and they have that one goal in mind to help you reach that potential. You see, with this thought process in mind, the community wins. The Bank of Fayetteville, banking on your potential. There's been a Davis at the counter of Sterling Drugs since before most of us were born. As a matter of fact, Sterling Drugs been at the same location in Prairie Grove since 1918. And while a lot has changed in the medical field, quality customer care is not one of them at Sterling Drug. You'll find the latest in all prescriptions explained to you by Gary Davis. He's been doing it for nearly 30 years. As a matter of fact, Gary's only going to charge you for the medication. His experience, he's going to throw that in for free. Keeping you healthy since 1918. Sterling Drug, 125 East Buchanan in Prairie Grove. Proud sponsors of Prairie Grove Athletics.
All right, Prairie Grove's going to take over the ball at their own 4-yard line. 20 seconds to go, 1st and 10.
This is take a knee territory.
And I believe that's Jacob Storley in. No, that's Cooper. I'm sorry. Oh, fumble. That was dangerous, my friend. Very dangerous. Zach is speechless there. That was Bobby Catt on the carry. He's a sophomore.
Play was set up. That's the inside reverse, staple of the wing tee, and it was set up perfectly. You just got to make the handoff.
Even though we kind of both got big eyes on that, it still picked up 6 yards. 13.3 seconds to go.
You make the handoff, he may still be running.
13 seconds to go. 18-0. Prairie Grove leads. Cooper Winters has 4 wide. He's back to pass. And Cooper's going to be sacked. And I think Prairie Grove should let the clock run on out here. 6, 5, 3, 2. And that's the end of the first half. And Zach, as the football season has begun, the Prairie Grove Tigers lead the Lavaca Golden Arrows 18-0. We'll be back to watch the band right after this.
How do you tell someone that they're special?
Flowers and friends.
How do you tell someone that they're loved?
Flowers and friends.
How do you tell someone happy anniversary?
Flowers and friends.
And how do you express your deepest sympathy?
Flowers and friends.
In Prairie Grove, when your message needs to be expressed with flowers, be it fresh-cut flowers or one-of-a-kind silk arrangement, think Flowers and Friends or drop by 114 East Buchanan, or you can call them at 846-2137. Flowers and Friends, flowers, gifts, and more.
Okay, we're going to go ahead real quick here, and even though it's from the our cheerleaders are facing the home side, we're on the visiting side, the Prairie Grove side. We're on the Lavaca side, so we're going to stay here with the cheerleaders and then the band.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the Lavaca Golden Arrow Marching Band.
Looks like they're going to do it in a little bit reverse order. The Lavaca Golden Arrows band is going to go first. So while Lavaca's going, we are going to take a break, reset a few things, and then we'll be back for the Prairie Grove Tiger band.
Where in Prairie Grove can you go to get your gas, grab a tank of propane, a bag of ice, your favorite snack, and a soda drink, have your breakfast or lunch prepared fresh, made to order, wash that down with your favorite drink, and follow? PG Telco, built on community, focused on progress. But what does that mean to you? It means that you get to keep up with all your sporting events associated with Prairie Grove Athletics on a website furnished and maintained by PG Telco. It means that the folks at PG Telco have an interest in you, your kids, your school, and your community. And they're focused on progress. They're committed to bringing you the very latest in technology for your home or your office, for telephone, internet, long distance, or direct TV. Think PG Telco, built on community, focused on progress. Ozark Delight Lollipops are America's #1 fundraising lollipop. We produce our lollipops the old-fashioned way in small batches, ensuring flavor intensity to the last lick. Mass-produced, machine-made lollipops are simply inferior, and you and your customers can taste the difference. From the production to customer service to everything in between, Ozark's Delight does it right. So whether you're ordering for the next fundraising project or just need some of your favorite flavors, we're here to help. Click our website, ozarkdelight.com, or call us toll-free at 1-800-334-8991. Whether in sports or banking, competition is healthy for a community. If you consider all the choices you have in banking today, the Bank of Fayetteville stands out. The founders of the Bank of Fayetteville realize the importance of giving back to the community, not only for the Tigers on the field tonight, but for the future Tigers to come. The Bank of Fayetteville believes that the folks of Prairie Grove have great potential, and they have that one goal in mind to help you reach that potential. You see, with this thought process in mind, the community wins. The Bank of Fayetteville, banking on your potential. There's been a Davis at the counter of Sterling Drugs since before most of us were born. As a matter of fact, Sterling Drugs been at the same location in Prairie Grove since 1918. And while a lot has changed in the medical field, quality customer care is not one of them at Sterling Drug. You'll find the latest in all prescriptions explained to you by Gary Davis. He's been doing it for nearly 30 years. As a matter of fact, Gary's only going to charge you for the medication. His experience, he's going to throw that in for free.
Ladies and gentlemen, Prairie Grove High School presents with pride the big bad band from Tigerland, drum majors Haley Middlebrook and Brianna Suggs. Is your band ready? You may take the field. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to show you a little bit of our show this year that's called Oz to Aussie. You're going to get the Aussie part tonight. Here's Crazy Train. When you start on a show like this, you just don't want to stop. more cowbell. The Prairie Grove Band thanks you for your kind attention as you go out the football year. Support your bands. We may not be the best, but we'll be the loudest. Thank you very much.
PG Telco, built on community, focused on progress. But what does that mean to you? It means that you get to keep up with all your sporting events associated with Prairie Grove Athletics on a website furnished and maintained by PG Telco. It means that the folks at PG Telco have an interest in you, your kids, your school, and your community. And they're focused on progress. They're committed to bringing you the very latest in technology for your home or your office. For telephone, internet, long distance, or direct TV, think PG Telco. Built on community, focused on progress. Ozark Delight Lollipops are America's #1 fundraising lollipop. We produce our lollipops the old-fashioned way in small batches, ensuring flavor intensity to the last lick. Mass-produced, machine-made lollipops are simply inferior, and you and your customers can taste the difference. From the production to customer service to everything in between, Ozark's Delight does it right. So whether you're ordering for the next fundraising project or just need some of your favorite flavors, we're here to help. Click our website, ozarkdelight.com, or call us toll-free at 1-800-334-8991. Whether in sports or banking, competition is healthy for a community. If you consider all the choices you have in banking today, the Bank of Fayetteville stands out. The founders of the Bank of Fayetteville realize the importance of giving back to the community, not only for the Tigers on the field tonight, but for the future Tigers to come. The Bank of Fayetteville believes that the folks of Prairie Grove have great potential, and they have that one goal in mind to help you reach that potential. You see, with this thought process in mind, the community wins. The Bank of Fayetteville, banking on your potential. There's been a Davis at the counter of Sterling Drugs since before most of us were born. As a matter of fact, Sterling Drugs been at the same location in Prairie Grove since 1918. And while a lot has changed in the medical field, quality customer care is not one of them at Sterling Drug. You'll find the latest in all prescriptions explained to you by Gary Davis. He's been doing it for nearly 30 years. As a matter of fact, Gary's only going to charge you for the medication. His experience, he's going to throw that in for free. Keeping you healthy since 1918. Sterling Drug, 125 East Buchanan in Prairie Grove. Proud sponsors of Prairie Grove Athletics. Where in Prairie Grove can you go to get your gas, grab a tank of propane, a bag of ice, your favorite snack, and a soda drink, have your breakfast or lunch prepared fresh, made to order, wash that down with your favorite drink, and follow that with a hand-dipped ice cream? There's only one place that I know of that comes close to all of that in Prairie Grove. Locally owned and operated, it has to be Frederick's One Stop. And did I mention the coffee breaks in the afternoon where all the world's problems are solved? Only at Frederick's One Stop. Proud to be sponsors of Prairie Grove Tiger Athletics. How do you tell someone that they're special?
Flowers and friends.
How do you tell someone that they're loved?
Flowers and friends.
How do you tell someone happy anniversary?
Flowers and friends.
And how do you express your deepest sympathy?
Flowers and friends.
In Prairie Grove, when your message needs to be expressed with flowers, be it fresh-cut flowers or one-of-a-kind silk arrangement, think Flowers and Friends or drive by 114 East Buchanan, or you can call them at 846-2137. Flowers and Friends, flowers, gifts, and more with that hometown touch. What does it take to win a President's Award from Ford? It takes hard work, it takes dedication, and teamwork. A lot of the same ingredients that every single coach looks for to build a championship team. Well, Lewis Ford won the President's Award because they delivered award-winning service before, during, and after each and every sale. That's the standard that's been set at all Lewis dealerships. Whether it's Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, or Jeep, Lewis Automotive is delivering award-winning service since 1947. Lewis Automotive says, "Go Tigers!" Building a championship caliber athletic program takes more than great coaching. It takes more than great student athletes. It takes great support from the community. You can show your Tiger pride and support all the sport teams here at Prairie Grove by joining the Prairie Grove All Sports Booster Club. Make your check of $25 payable to the Prairie Grove All Sports Booster Club and send it to the address you see now. A portion of your donation makes it possible to broadcast Prairie Grove sports online. It's great to be a Prairie Grove Tiger. PG Telco, built on community, focused on progress. But what does that mean to you? It means that you get to keep up with all your sporting events associated with Prairie Grove Athletics on a website furnished and maintained by PG Telco. It means that the folks at PG Telco have an interest in you, your kids, your school, and your community. And they're focused on progress. They're committed to bringing you the very latest in technology for your home or your office. For telephone, internet, long distance, or direct TV, think PG Telco. Built on community, focused on progress. Ozark Delight Lollipops are America's #1 fundraising lollipop. We produce our lollipops the old-fashioned way in small batches, ensuring flavor intensity to the last lick. Mass-produced, machine-made lollipops are simply inferior, and you and your customers can taste the difference. From the production to customer service to everything in between, Ozark's Delight does it right. So whether you're ordering for the next fundraising project or just need some of your favorite flavors, we're here to help. Click our website, ozarkdelight.com, or call us toll-free at 1-800-334-8991. Whether in sports or banking, competition is healthy for a community. If you consider all the choices you have in banking today, the Bank of Fayetteville stands out. The founders of the Bank of Fayetteville realize the importance of giving back to the community, not only for the Tigers on the field tonight, but for the future Tigers to come. The Bank of Fayetteville believes that the folks of Prairie Grove have great potential, and they have that one goal in mind to help you reach that potential. You see, with this thought process in mind, the community wins. The Bank of Fayetteville, banking on your potential. There's been a Davis at the counter of Sterling Drugs since before most of us were born. As a matter of fact, Sterling Drugs been at the same location in Prairie Grove since 1918. And while a lot has changed in the medical field, quality customer care is not one of them at Sterling Drug. You'll find the latest in all prescriptions explained to you by Gary Davis. He's been doing it for nearly 30 years. As a matter of fact, Gary's only going to charge you for the medication. His experience, he's going to throw that in for free. Keeping you healthy since 1918. Sterling Drug, 125 East Buchanan in Prairie Grove. Proud sponsors of Prairie Grove Athletics. Where in Prairie Grove can you go to get your gas, grab a tank of propane, a bag of ice, your favorite snack, and a soda drink, have your breakfast or lunch prepared fresh, made to order, wash that down with your favorite drink, and follow that with a hand-dipped ice cream? There's only one place that I know of that comes close to all of that in Prairie Grove. Locally owned and operated, it has to be Frederick's One Stop. And did I mention the coffee breaks in the afternoon where all the world's problems are solved? Only at Frederick's One Stop. Proud to be sponsors of Prairie Grove Tiger Athletics. How do you tell someone that they're special?
Flowers and Friends.
How do you tell someone that they're loved?
Flowers and Friends.
How do you tell someone happy anniversary?
Flowers and Friends.
And how do you express your deepest sympathy?
Flowers and Friends.
In Prairie Grove, when your message needs to be expressed with flowers, be it fresh-cut flowers or one-of-a-kind silk arrangement, think Flowers and Friends or drive by 114 East Buchanan, or you can call them at 846-2137. Flowers and Friends, flowers, gifts, and more with that hometown touch. What does it take to win a President's Award from Ford? It takes hard work, it takes dedication, and teamwork. A lot of the same ingredients that every single coach looks for to build a championship team. Well, Lewis Ford won the President's Award because they delivered award-winning service before, during, and after each and every sale. That's the standard that's been set at all Lewis dealerships. Whether it's Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, or Jeep, Lewis Automotive is delivering award-winning service since 1947. Lewis Automotive says, "Go Tigers!" Building a championship caliber athletic program takes more than great coaching. It takes more than great student athletes. It takes great support from the community. You can show your Tiger pride and support all the sport teams here at Prairie Grove by joining the Prairie Grove All Sports Booster Club. Make your check of $25 payable to the Prairie Grove All Sports Booster Club and send it to the address you see now. A portion of your donation makes it possible to broadcast Prairie Grove sports online. It's great to be a Prairie Grove Tiger. PG Telco, built on community, focused on progress. But what does that mean to you? It means that you get to keep up with all your sporting events associated with Prairie Grove Athletics on a website furnished and maintained by PG Telco. It means that the folks at PG Telco have an interest in you, your kids, your school, and your community. And they're focused on progress. They're committed to bringing you the very latest in technology for your home or your office. For telephone, internet, long distance, or direct TV, think PG Telco. Built on community, focused on progress. Ozark Delight Lollipops are America's #1 fundraising lollipop. We produce our lollipops the old-fashioned way in small batches, ensuring flavor intensity to the last lick. Mass-produced, machine-made lollipops are simply inferior, and you and your customers can taste the difference. From the production to customer service to everything in between, Ozark's Delight does it right. So whether you're ordering for the next fundraising project or just need some of your favorite flavors, we're here to help. Click our website, ozarkdelight.com, or call us toll-free at 1-800-334-8991. Whether in sports or banking, competition is healthy for a community. If you consider all the choices you have in banking today, the Bank of Fayetteville stands out. The founders of the Bank of Fayetteville realize the importance of giving back to the community, not only for the Tigers on the field tonight, but for the future Tigers to come. The Bank of Fayetteville believes that the folks of Prairie Grove have great potential, and they have that one goal in mind to help you reach that potential. You see, with this thought process in mind, the community wins. The Bank of Fayetteville, banking on your potential. There's been a Davis at the counter of Sterling Drugs since before most of us were born. As a matter of fact, Sterling Drugs been at the same location in Prairie Grove since 1918. And while a lot has changed in the medical field, quality customer care is not one of them at Sterling Drug. You'll find the latest in all prescriptions explained to you by Gary Davis. He's been doing it for nearly 30 years. As a matter of fact, Gary's only going to charge you for the medication. His experience, he's going to throw that in for free. Keeping you healthy since 1918. Sterling Drug, 125 East Buchanan in Prairie Grove. Proud sponsors of Prairie Grove Athletics. Where in Prairie Grove can you go to get your gas, grab a tank of propane, a bag of ice, your favorite snack, and a soda drink, have your breakfast or lunch prepared fresh, made to order, wash that down with your favorite drink, and follow that with a hand-dipped ice cream? There's only one place that I know of that comes close to all of that in Prairie Grove. Locally owned and operated, it has to be Frederick's One Stop. And did I mention the coffee breaks in the afternoon where all the world's problems are solved? Only at Frederick's One Stop. Proud to be sponsors of Prairie Grove Tiger Athletics. How do you tell someone?
Okay, there you go. Okay, as the Tigers make their way back out to the field, we got probably about 3 minutes before we start the second half, and just a few stats here in the first half. Prairie Grove with Logan Bartholomew has 52 yards on the ground,
and one nice, really long 32-yard run on a 4th and 10.
And that play really made the drive go.
Yeah, that was on the drive to the touchdown pass to Jared Murphy, and they've looked pretty good. Outside of the penalties, I don't think there's a whole lot that you can complain about here for Prairie Grove in the first half.
Well, in also Jared Murphy has a couple pass receptions for 35 yards. John Halbert with the opening first play of the year for Prairie Grove, a touchdown reception, and then a 73-yard.
Punt return. I can't remember the last time we saw a punt return. So, a couple of kick returns, but no punt returns.
And then Bobby Catt with 5 yards. Cooper Winter was 11. Weston Bartholomew with 11 yards as well. So total there over 112 yards passing in the first half, about 100 yards rushing.
Again, you can't complain about the defense. Like we were talking during the break, I'm sure that in order of priority, penalties were talked about at halftime. I'd expect Prairie Grove to come out and play a much more disciplined second half. Or I think Coach Absher may fire up last year's speech and talk to some of these guys. But I mean, some of the penalties were ticky-tack, yes, but every crew calls a game differently, and you got to figure out exactly how tight they're calling it. Okay, they're calling it tight tonight. You can't take chances at that point.
Yeah, and as the Tigers are loosening up. We've got about a minute and 30-something seconds before we have the second half kickoff. Zach, in the second half, I would like to, we're going to really keep a close count here on the penalties. And let's see if we clean that up a little bit in the second half. I'd also like to see, I hope, we've established kind of supremacy here in the first half. If we could get a quick score to start the second half, I would like to see us get some of these younger guys some playing time. These pre-conference games are extremely important to be able to get some experience because you never know injuries or when you may need someone to play. And there's nothing like getting in-game experience regardless of when it happens.
Well, and next week we travel down to Morrilton. Morrilton's a pretty good football team, and we're going to see them up close and personal. They have got to get – the defense is obviously playing very well minus the penalties. I want to see the offense start clicking. Get the ball to Weston, get the ball to Logan, get the ball to Noah on the reverses, get Cooper some easy passes. He's missed a couple of guys that were open, and you need to clean some of that stuff up if you're going to take on a team like Morrilton, which is a 5A school, and they've got athletes all over the place, including one young man who's a very highly touted running back who's got offers from Auburn and Arkansas. So you really got your work cut out for you here in the second half. You've got to play better. You've got to play cleaner. And they're going to get the ball first here to start the second half. And, I'd like to see a nice long drive and clean up a couple of things. And then, like you said, get some of the younger fellas in there and get some experience. Just one score to pass along, and an area score. Lincoln up 16-0 on Westville, and Greenland at last count was up 35-0. They were beating, and if I can pull up that text real quick, they were beating. Oh shoot, I deleted that. I know Greenland was up 35-0, and we're getting ready to start the second half here. Looks like Logan, Weston, and I can't see who's on the far side. It looks like Noah Hunter, maybe. No, that's JD Speed on the far side. So we've got three guys back deep to receive the kickoff, and we're just about ready to go. Ah, 35-0 Greenland leading Magazine. Thank you, Jake.
Anyone interested in a college game, there's a game between Michigan State and Boise State. Boise State leading Michigan State 13-10. And there's our kick to start the second half. Going to be filled there. That's Nick Sugg over the shoulder, and now Nick's coming down the left side. He breaks a couple of tackles. Nick, nice return out to about the 38-yard line. And Nick Sugg, he kind of caught that like almost like a
left fielder in baseball.
Fielder, exactly.
That's the position he plays in baseball. I saw his dad on the way in. Scott was ready to go. You can tell everybody just excited that it's football season. Well, I'd really like to see a nice, crisp drive, 3, 4, 5-yard runs every single time.
But we'll start this drive at our own, just inside our own 40-yard line at the 39. First down and 10 for the Tigers, and Winters is going to come out in the shotgun.
Just like I said, 3, 4, 5-yard runs.
And now nice tackle there. And he is fired up. That's number 34, Kobe Graves, on the tackle. And Bartholomew is going to lose probably about a yard on the play, and that's going to be second down 11 for the Tigers. Nice defensive play by the Golden Arrows.
They got burned on that a couple of times in the first half. They've obviously talked about that at halftime and shut that down.
Again from the shotgun. There we go.
Yeah,
falling on him like
really
that.
Calling that close this year.
Yep, and I think they're calling it close a lot because of what's going on even at higher level football. And the pros in college are seeing it called much more closely with all the concussions. And some of us from the old school like to see the action, but I do want to protect the young men, and hopefully calling it like this will do that.
When you say us and old school, who are you referring to?
Me and old school.
Okay. I like to think of myself as still fairly young.
All right, the penalty will move the ball up close to the 47-yard line, so Prairie Grove now has a second down and 3. So we get a little bit of a break there. Flags all over the place. I think we had a little movement there on the line for Prairie Grove. Penalty. There's our first penalty.
One. Oh, offsides.
No, it's the second penalty on Lavaca. So
we stand corrected.
We got a break there. I thought I saw a little movement, but we'll
got a break. Cooper dropped the snap. You don't see that very often.
Give Prairie Grove first down.
Well, if our friend who was texting us earlier has a score on the Tennessee game, I'd be interested in that.
22-10 last time we checked.
And it was?
Tennessee.
There's Cooper Winters rolling to his right, throws, complete. Oh, in and out of the hands.
Pass is incomplete.
Can't tell quite the number there. Is that Noah Hunter?
Yeah, that's Noah.
Wow, in and out of the hands. That's usually something Noah will bring down.
Just turned to run before he caught the ball. And you're right. I mean, that's especially after the catch he made in the first half, the juggling catch.
Yes.
You just don't expect to see that from him.
2nd down and 10 for the Tigers. We got a drive going, Zach, but not exactly what we were talking about. A few yards at a time. It's gotten a couple of penalties. Winters under center. Takes a snap, rolls to his right.
Same play.
And now he gets a nice pass. Oh, there's so many tonight that have just been off the fingertips, Zach. That was intended for number 1, Dylan Reed.
Cooper's just a little off tonight.
Oh.
Just a little bit.
That was a nice-looking pass when it left his hands, too. I thought we were going to get that one.
Just needs to get a little bit more air on it. He's really throwing the ball. I mean, he's throwing the ball hard and well. He just needs to get a little bit more air into that. Let the receivers run underneath it.
3rd down. I wouldn't mind seeing here maybe hit Jared Murphy across the middle.
I screamed for that all last year. Now you're picking up that. There it is.
We got lucky not to get the face mask.
That's the play they scored on in the first half. That's that little pop pass to Jared Murphy. Cooper just overthrew him.
Nice defensive play there by the Golden Arrows as well. They kind of got away a little bit with he got kind of stopped Jared there for a little bit just before the pass got to him, and then ball lands right in the hands of the Golden Arrows, and they take over for the first time in the second half. 1st down and 10, ball at their own 36. Tadero on the carry. He's going to be brought down by Call Murphy, and that's going to be Brandon Nodier as well. So no gain on the play. 2nd down. Well, they're going to move it up maybe a half a yard. 2nd down, and let's call it 9 for the Golden Arrows.
I'll be interested to see when we go back and do the numbers on this, what 3rd down conversions were for Lavaca. It seems like they're converting quite a few, some by penalty.
Well, they got away with a couple of penalties that time that hurt them. Blitz shown, and boy, that was I believe that was Noah Hunter in there first, and then Jacob Call second.
Prairie Grove's showing 8 and 9 guys at the line of scrimmage, and Lavaca's just not picking them up. They're not looking, they're not picking their heads up, looking, picking up guys as they're coming through. The linebackers are shooting right through the A and B gap, but there's nobody to block them. These running backs don't have much of a chance.
Well, it's 3rd down and 9 for the Golden Arrows, and I've been very impressed tonight with the Prairie Grove defense. Other than the penalties, they have played an outstanding game.
They've been very, very good.
3rd down and 9 for the Golden Arrows. And a timeout, an early timeout with 9 minutes and 31 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter. Lavaca calls a timeout with 3rd and 9. Let's go ahead and take a timeout with them. With 9:31 to go, Prairie Grove leads 18-0.
PG Telco, built on community, focused on progress. But what does that mean to you? It means that you get to keep up with all your sporting events associated with Prairie Grove Athletics on a website furnished and maintained by PG Telco. It means that the folks at PG Telco have an interest in you, your kids, your school, and your community. And they're focused on progress. They're committed to bringing you the very latest in technology for your home or your office. For telephone, internet, long distance, or direct TV, think PG Telco. Built on community, focused on progress. Ozark Delight Lollipops are America's #1 fundraising lollipop. We produce our lollipops the old-fashioned way in small batches, ensuring flavor intensity to the last lick. Mass-produced, machine-made lollipops are simply inferior, and you and your customers can taste the difference. From the production to customer service to everything in between, Ozark's Delight does it right. So whether you're ordering for the next fundraising project or just need some of your favorite flavors.
Okay, 3rd down and 9 for the Golden Arrows. Headley is in the shotgun. Rolls to his right. Headley's looking upfield. He's going to turn and run, and he's going to be met. That's number 16, Dalton Falk. Also helping out is Brandon Nodier, and that's going to be 4th down, and let's call it a long 4 for the Golden Arrows.
Prairie Grove dropped back into coverage on that one, only brought 4 guys, and it looked like Dalton was shadowing Headley. He followed him from one side of the field down to the close side that we're on here, and he ran right into him. Four Prairie Grove guys there to make the tackle.
Well, they're going to go for it. They went for it in the first half in a very similar situation. 4th down and about 4. I'm a little surprised here, but back, rolling to his right, looks, and it's going to be incomplete, intended for number 24.
Incomplete. Turnover on downs.
Sorry, that's number 34, Kobe Graves, and now the Tigers will take over.
With the pressure. I just don't understand that call, not at this point.
Well, they give Prairie Grove the ball basically
on their side of the field. I mean, you're in plus territory here. With an offense like this, it's a matter of time before they get going again.
All we did was lose about 2 minutes. We were right here 2 minutes ago, turned the ball over, and now we got the ball right back there. I'm like you, question that call a little bit this early in the third quarter.
I'll question it. I'll go ahead.
Bobble snap. Bad snap there, or bobbled snap by Cooper, and going to lose probably a couple yards on the play.
Williams will be stopped in the backfield.
Not looking sharp here in the second half.
Just very disjointed at this point. Drop snaps, penalties. You expect it you expect it for the first game, but I don't think you expect it in this kind of volume.
Just got an updated score from McKay, a halftime score. Tennessee 22, North Carolina State 14. Halftime. And they're up the middle. No gain there for Weston Bartholomew. And Lavaca's shut us down since the last drive that we had for a touchdown. Last couple, we have not got a lot of yards.
Yeah, they're playing well. They've made some adjustments, and Prairie Grove's obviously not. I mean, this isn't the same team we saw last week. They just look, I don't know what the word is, but not sharp. Not sharp at all.
We'll definitely have to be much sharper than this next week. There is Weston again, and he breaks 2 or 3 tackles. That's a hard 4 yards right there.
I think if you're running it on third down in that situation, you're going for it on 4th. That's for sure.
Well, the ball's at the Golden Arrow 43, and it's been a little while since we've had any excitement in the game, Zach. It's kind of gotten into a real lull here.
And as you say that,
I'm trying to set something up. There we go. And there's Cooper Winters around the right side. Cooper picks up first down. He keeps going. Knocked out of bounds. Cooper Winters around the right side. He goes inside the 30 to about the 27-yard line.
There's your excitement. 15-yard run. That'll work on 4th and 9.
It's good to see. We haven't seen Cooper run the ball a lot this evening. He has that capability. He's been under pressure a couple times in the passing game, but that was a straight run call from the beginning. First down and 10, ball at the Lavaca 27-yard line. There's Weston Bartholomew, and Weston fumbles the ball, and it's going to be recovered by the Golden Arrows.
Fumble on the play, recovered by Lavaca.
Josh Brown recovers the ball at about the 21, 22-yard line. And
just not something Weston does. He just doesn't fumble the football. And that's 2 turnovers and 2 drives here in the second half. And I think Coach Absher's going to have a lot to talk about on the bus ride home.
Well, he talked about penalties in the first half. We're not doing that in the second half. But now the ride home will be about turnovers. Someone coming in late to the game, and now they're coming in.
That should be a legal substitution.
He's offsides. That was a disaster from the beginning.
It's the first game of the year.
Yeah. It's first game for us, too. We've had our share of opportunities tonight.
What? You've been great. Ride down was fun. We didn't get lost or anything.
No, we didn't. First down and 15 for the Golden Arrows. Ball at their own 16-yard line. 6 minutes, 45 seconds. The Tigers still lead 18-0. And it's 5 wide here for the Golden Arrows, Zach. Here comes Jacob Call. And then
nice
also
tackle
outside, and that is
Finley stopped in the backfield.
It's JD Speed.
No, that's Dalton Falk, isn't
Is it Dalton?
Boy, these numbers are hard to see. Now it's not just me.
No, you're right. It is Dalton. By the way, my pick to click. Just FYI, in case anybody was keeping track.
What my pick to click? John Halbert?
Yeah. We'll tally up the score at the end. That's a good tackle. Dalton Headley was starting to make that move to the outside. He tackled him around the legs.
My pick to click was Logan Bartholomew.
Oh, that's right.
Second down, a long way to go for the Golden Arrows. Ball thrown in the air and caught, and then he dropped it.
They're going to call that a completion?
I think they're going to call it a completion, but he got maybe 2 yards on it.
21, Anthony Tadero.
I'd be throwing the red flag if I had one. Have them review that.
Oh, it's better he receives it. You got third down. Clock's still running. 5 minutes, 30 seconds to go here in the third quarter. The Tigers leading 18-0. Lavaca, third down and 20. Ball just outside their own 10-yard line. Pitch. Not much there. That's Nodier and Call. No, let's see. Who's the Nodier's one, and I can't see the other one there. That's Call and Hunter. It is so hard to see these numbers, so I apologize to those watching. 4 minutes, 45 seconds. Halbert again picks up on the run. He dragged number 9 for about 5 yards.
Sean Halbert on the return. He stopped number 9.
Austin Douglas. So Zach, again, good field position for the Tigers. We've had great field position here in the first half, just not quite able to get sharp and get something going here.
Now, you can't complain about the field position. You can't complain about anything that's going on other than other than the turnovers here. We got to get that cleaned up now, and now we're starting to see some folks who haven't played tonight.
First and 10 for the Tigers. Ball at
Colby
30.
Elkins is in.
5, and now
there
is Colby Elkins. First time he's gotten the ball tonight. First action for Colby. Gets the ball inside the 30, down about the 28. Elkins trying to make something happen. He picks up maybe, let's call it 6 yards on the play.
He had a great run last week against Huntsville. That spin move and running over people, and just a great run.
Colby runs the ball very, very hard, and he tends to go north and south. Second down. There is Noah Hunter. Noah gets inside the 15, down close to the 10-yard line. Looks like they're going to spot it about the 12.
This looks like what we're used to seeing is, large chunks of yards at a time. It's just that little wingback reverse. And, last year they would run it with Landon. And, Landon genetically, his dad just isn't fast, and neither is he. But now you got Noah running that, and Noah's a little bit quicker. Sorry, Landon.
Landon made some really nice plays last year, and really enjoyed watching him play.
Nice.
Third down. Is that Elkins again on the carry? He's going to get down to about the 10-yard line. Pick up of a couple there for the Tigers.
You think they'll put it up?
Colby Elkins on the carry.
We haven't had a pass here in the second half.
Yeah, we have. Intercepted.
Oh, one pass.
Well, 2, actually. We had the one where he missed Dylan running deep.
Right.
And then had the one that was intercepted.
So the first drive, the last 2 drives, we've not seen a pass yet. Second down, and let's call it 8 for the Tigers. Right up the middle.
There it is.
That's Nick
Touchdown.
Sugg. Give him 6. Prairie Grove, 24. Lavaca 0.
That was well blocked. That's just a little fullback trap, and Nick, you follow your guard. You get on the butt of your guard, and you just follow him through the hole, and they made a nice big hole, and Nick punches it in.
Tigers going for 2 here, leading 24-0. Ball around the right side, and that is
Bobby Cat.
Bobby Cat. And now the Prairie Grove Tigers now lead 26-0. 3 minutes and 11 seconds to go here in the first half. The Tigers stretch their lead. Well, while we wait for the kickoff, let's take another break. We'll be back after this.
Ozark Delight Lollipops are America's #1 fundraising lollipop. We produce our lollipops the old-fashioned way in small batches, ensuring flavor intensity to the last lick. Mass-produced, machine-made lollipops are simply inferior, and you and your customers can taste the difference. From the production to customer service to everything in between, Ozark's Delight does it right. So whether you're ordering for the next fundraising project or just need some of your favorite flavors, we're here to help. Click our website, ozarkdelight.com, or call us toll-free at 1-800-334-8991.
Jared Murphy getting ready to kick for the Tigers. 3 minutes, 11 seconds to go in the third quarter. Short kick, going to be fielded about the 25-yard line. That was number 3, Josh Brown. He's going to be knocked out of bounds. And
Josh Brown return.
whoever made the tackle is very fired up over there. It's a long way over there. Still can't get the number.
With 3:06, I'm assuming that Coach Absher will start moving some guys that maybe haven't played as much tonight. We'll see some guys get into the defensive backfield. Looking at the jerseys out there, they're still dirty, but let's see here. Halbert, Logan.
He's got the starting group still in there right now.
Sure
He's
does.
got Murphy, Taylor, Johnson, Call up front, Halbert back here.
I am a little surprised that he hasn't rotated the defensive line just a little bit more. Get some of those younger guys some experience because you're going to need them down the line here.
Headley takes around the right side. He's going to be met at about the 33-yard line. Picks up a couple yards there. Going to bring up 2nd down and 8 for the Golden Arrows. Player down, number 44, Taylor Harmon. He's down on the play. Looks like
2
a
of them
cramp.
down. Yeah, those are cramps.
Those cramps.
Well, that's Headley with a cramp.
Headley with a cramp as well. So we see that a lot in the early part of the football season, Zach. A lot of guys get the cramps.
If you've never had one of those, it is the worst feeling in the world. It feels like somebody takes a hatchet and hits you right in the back of the calf.
I've said this before in our webcast. Back in the old days when I played, if we got cramps, running was a big deal the following Monday. So if we saw a guy with cramp, we would bring him in the huddle and hide him.
That's back in the leather helmet days, right?
Yes, yeah. We had to hide him with our leather helmets.
They used to stuff it with stuff the football with feathers.
It was round. 2 minutes, 53 seconds to go here in the third quarter. Prairie Grove leading 26-0. Again, we want to thank our East Lab crew here tonight. Danny Davis, Ethan Sam, Cole Walker, Sabrina Smith, Dalton Strong, and Alicia Finfrock. All helping us out tonight. Really appreciate them helping us on the camera, producing. That was Tadero on the keeper. No gain on the play, and brings up third. Well, maybe they're going to give him a yard. 3rd down and 7 now for the Golden Arrows. Third down, 8 to go. 2 minutes, 15 seconds to go here in the third quarter. Prairie Grove with a comfortable lead at 26-0. Pitching a shutout so far tonight, Zach.
Yeah, Colby Elkins now in at the cornerback spot.
And again, no going there. And
Nothing. It's just nothing up the middle.
Running the ball has been tough tonight, and that's number 34, Graves, on the carry.
Kobe Graves on the carry.
Several of the Tigers in on the tackle, and
Brings up 4th down.
Zach, probably the defense, even though they had a lot of penalties, a great defensive stand when the Lavaca just before the half had a first down and goal from the 5 and gained 1 yard.
Yeah, outside of the penalties, they've been terrific. I mean, they've gotten pressure, they've stopped the run, they've batted balls down, they've turned them over twice. They've done just about everything you want to do if you take out the penalties.
We're going to have a timeout by the Golden Arrows, 4th down and 7. And with 1 minute and 23 seconds to go here in the third quarter, Prairie Grove leads 26-0.
Whether in sports or banking, competition is healthy for a community. If you consider all the choices you have in banking today, the Bank of Fayetteville stands out. The founders of the Bank of Fayetteville realize the importance of giving back to the community, not only for the Tigers on the field tonight, but for the future Tigers to come. The Bank of Fayetteville believes that the folks of Prairie Grove have great potential, and they have that one goal in mind to help you reach that potential. You see, with this thought process in mind, the community wins. The Bank of Fayetteville, banking on your potential. There's been a Davis at the counter of Sterling Drugs since before most of us were born. As a matter of fact, Sterling Drugs been at the same location in Prairie Grove since 1918. And while a lot has changed in the medical field, quality customer care is not one of them at Sterling Drug. You'll find them.
Okay, on 4th down, and they took a timeout to set up their punt formation. And there's Headley, gets a punt away. He's going to kick away from Halbert. Ball's going to go out right about the 37-yard line, and that's where Prairie Grove will take over, 1st down and 10.
Punt will roll out of bounds at the 37-yard line.
Yep, here comes the starting offense again. He's gonna work them.
Well, we've got 1 minute and 17 seconds to go here in the third quarter. You got to get 35 to get the mercy rule, the clock running, and that means we'd have to score twice. So I believe after this drive we'll probably start seeing a little bit of substitutions.
I would think so. You get into the fourth quarter at this point, you start getting some guys some experience. You don't want anybody getting hurt. Playing guys that don't get to play very often can only benefit you down the road.
And there's also the need, we've talked about them not looking sharp. There's also a need to work on some things. So playing them is not the worst thing either. Of course, we don't want an injury. And almost a breakaway there. That was Logan Bartholomew on the carry. Picks up about 7 yards on the carry. Gets the ball to the 45.
He was one guy away. One guy away. Oh, here you go, Lynn. 4 wide.
We got 4 wide here. There's Cooper Winters. He looks, throws. It's complete. Is that Weston?
No.
What do we got back here in the backfield? Is that going to be a hold back there? This will be our first penalty.
Complete. There's a flag on the play.
Was that Weston? I couldn't, again, not able to quite see. We don't have the...
We're going to have to get some binoculars.
Yeah.
Those numbers are really hard to see.
Holding on the Tigers going to negate the first down play there.
I mean, think about the plays that they've had called back. They had a touchdown called back in the first half. There's a 20-yard gain that they've had called back. It's just been a parade of penalties.
Well, hopefully, this will be some things they work on this week. We had, the thing is, here in this third quarter, we've only had, this is the first penalty. Not that you want any, but...
I'm sure it was talked about at halftime.
2nd down, and let's call it 2nd down and a long 7 for the Tigers. Down to 23 seconds to go.
And that's JD Speed.
JD Speed. Oh, keep going, JD, keep going. There we go. Give him 6, JD Speed. A 62-yard run, and
every time he touches the football, he winds up in the end zone.
JD
It's
Speed,
amazing.
A 62-yard run with 10 minutes and 3 seconds stretches the Prairie Grove lead to 32, and we're going to find out if the Tigers can stretch that lead to 34. What a nice run. He broke a few tackles there, and then
it was very Barry Sanders-esque.
Yeah, great vision by JD to see the open part of the field. You know,
looks like we're going to kick
our
it.
Three halfbacks, Logan, Kobe Elkins, and JD Speed. There's no drop-off between any of the three.
You come up with three better in the state, and I don't know of three.
And now to kick the extra point.
Hey, he scored the touchdown. Let him kick it.
Now he's got JD Speed.
He's going to punt that.
He's going to do a drop kick.
I don't know what he's
You know,
doing.
the last time I saw that was about 6-7 years ago.
Doug Flutie.
Doug Flutie, last
Yep.
time, yeah. It's been maybe longer, maybe 10 years ago, I guess. It's been a while.
We were young then.
Offsides on the defense. That's going to move it to half a distance, to about 1.5 yards.
Offsides, Lavaca.
Now they're going to line up, I believe. They're going to still try to kick it. JD Speed to take a shot. Speed to try the extra point. This time a nice snap. Speed, that's going to be off to the right. Mixed extra point.
Kick is no good.
10 minutes, 3 seconds to go here. Another flag on the play. Personal foul. Roughing the kicker.
Roughing the kicker,
I was
Lavaca.
going to say he
They
had
can't
his
move it
hand-
any
He had his
closer.
hand going this way. I'm like, how do we rough our own kicker? But he did get it corrected there. So now,
Just go for it.
yeah, might as well
Why
just
not?
go for it now. You're going to you had a half a distance of the goal to get you 1.5 yards. Another half a distance gives you 3/4 of a yard to go.
Just go for it.
Just go for it. And now it looks like that's what the Tigers are going to do.
Just been a very disjointed game. Did you find out how long Landon's out?
You know, I did get something back.
'Cause that is that's a weapon. A weapon they'll need later on in the year. I mean, you don't want to rush him back. And there's the 2-point conversion.
And Cooper Winters just goes up the middle.
Is good. Cooper Winters on the 2-point conversion.
Looks like it's three to 4 weeks, I think, is what I'm reading here. He had big fingers on his text, so there's a couple misspelled words. 10 minutes, 3 seconds to go here in the third quarter. Prairie Grove now leading 34-0.
They start the mercy rule at 35, correct?
Yes, that's correct. If we had converted our extra points, the clock would be running. Jared Murphy prepares to kick for, I believe this will be the 6th time tonight. Jared has not kicked the ball deep. Kicks it down around about somewhere between about the 35 and the 25 most times.
You don't see many straight-on kickers anymore.
And now they're going to roll the clock. It looks like they're going to go ahead and run the clock now, Zach.
It's opening night for everybody. The clock starts, it stops.
And here is a short kick, picked up, fumbled right there at the 33-yard line. Ball's down. Number 15, or
Jaron Moore on the cover.
it's Darren Moore on the cover.
You know, you got to give Lavaca some credit. I mean, they're low on numbers. They're not very big. You know, Prairie Grove comes in with all the hype, and you know, for a half, Prairie Grove really, I mean, they couldn't do a lot with them. They kept shooting themselves in the foot. And Lavaca, you know, had they been able to take advantage and score right before halftime, you know, this could be a different game.
Well, at the end of the third quarter, and as I look down here and you're talking about Lavaca's numbers, I count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 guys over here with jerseys that have blue jeans on or slacks, and so they've got some people hurt as well. Well, at the end of the third quarter, we're going to give one of our East Lab students the opportunity to looks like we got a little bit of camera issue. Let's go to a commercial, and we'll be back with you after this. Oh, looks like our camera got back. We're going to let one of our East Lab students give a little bit of report on the stats. I'm going to turn the mic over now to Danny Davis.
Hello out there in the second half, the beginning of the second half. So far this quarter, we've had Bobby Cat with a 2-point conversion. We've had Noah Hunter with 14 yards. Kobe Elkins with 8 yards. John Halbert with 5. We've had Nick Sugg with the return, 40 yards and 1 touchdown. We've had Weston Bartholomew with 4 yards. Cooper Winter with 20 with a 2-point conversion. We have Logan with 7. And J.D. Speed, best way to end off a third quarter is J.D. Speed with a 62-yard touchdown.
Thank you, Danny. Nice job. Zach, I think he might have a future.
A future broadcaster. Hope he likes poverty, free meals, and all that fun stuff that goes with it. Not that I have any experience doing that.
First down and 10 for the Golden Arrows. Ball at the 35, and there's Darrow, and he gets outside, and this time looks like we have a few white jerseys out there now. There's some new guys out there, Zach. Looks like Jackson Diebold is in on the line. You got Diebold in, and I think you also have number 85, Derek Jones. So
yeah, he's starting to substitute a little bit.
Yeah, good to see some substitutions coming in there now. Second down and 5.
Same
Golden,
play.
and now back in the backfield. Nice play. That's Brandon Nodier.
By the way, Tennessee now up 29-14.
I know a lot of people. I talked to a couple people tonight. Said, "Hey, I'm going to have get both of them on," and appreciate the updates that we're getting on the college games.
By the way, I have a witness. I've predicted and picked Tennessee to win the SEC East.
He's now gone on the air to say that Tennessee will win the SEC East.
I have a witness.
We shall. You have a lot of witnesses now. Probably about at least 200, 250. Back to pass is Headley, and he's in trouble.
Look out.
And he's just going to throw the
grounding.
ball away. Oh,
yeah. No, that's grounding.
Hit.
That's grounding.
Oh, is that grounding?
That's intentional grounding.
Let's see what they got here. Oh,
Yep.
intentional grounding. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I started saying it looked like for a minute it was going to be another late hit, and I didn't think that was late hit that time.
He got that one right.
Intentional grounding, Lavaca.
And that's a loss of down, so it's going to bring up fourth down. It's going to be fourth down and about 20 to go here for Lavaca. Actually, he's going to, after the penalty, he's going to back it up to the 20-yard line, fourth down and 25.
That's one of those painful penalties. That's 15 yards and the loss of down.
Zach, looking at the clock, they are going ahead and doing the, I believe they've moved it to the mercy rule already at 9 minutes and 40 seconds. The clock's running. And it's a block kick. And the Tigers are going to get the ball. It's blocked. And that is, who blocked the kick there, Zach? That's John Halbert.
Halbert's jumping around. Looks like, I can't see the numbers.
We have got to get some binoculars. We'll get one of these East Labs on some binoculars. We'll get those.
We're going to have to teach one of them how to spot.
Nice pickup here by Cole Walker. One of our East Lab students said he kicked it into his own blocker.
That's never comfortable. I've seen that happen a couple of times, and that's just never comfortable.
First down and 10 for the Tigers, and it looks like that's Jacob Storley in now at quarterback. Ball inside the 10, and touchdown, Nick Sugg. Give him 6. And now the Tigers stretch it out to 40-0.
That's 2 for Nick tonight.
Nick Suggs had a couple, and
We're sending Nick Sugg on the touchdown carry.
clock running 8 minutes, 30 seconds to go. The Tigers leading 40-0 now. Looks like we may get another. Is that going to be Speed again? Or is that another kicker?
Looks like JD.
I believe J.D. Speed's going to get another shot at it. Halbert on the hold. Halbert calls for it. Nice snap this time. Kick is on the way, and that splits the uprights. And Prairie Grove gets their first extra point conversion, and the Tigers lead 41-0.
Well, next week.
Yeah, let's start talking a little bit about next week.
Next week will be interesting.
Well, I'm really interested to see the game next week. Morrilton has been touted by many of the local high school experts as to be a very good team.
Powerful team. They're top 10 in 5A. It's a step up. They've got a young man named Jamar Criswell, 5'9", 200 pounds. He's a running back. He's being recruited by Auburn, Arkansas, Louisiana Tech, a lot of regional schools. Hurt his knee last year. He didn't play much of last year. Coach says he's 100%, and it'll be a test. Anytime you go up in classification, it's going to be it'll be a test.
And the thing that makes it interesting is that last week in their scrimmage, Ozark played them and actually. I believe shut them out and had a good. But those scrimmages is always you never know.
You never know how they're set up. It's like a spring game.
Ozark is the defending conference champions in our conference, and ended up getting a bad draw last year in the playoffs. But
anytime you get Dollarway, that's a bad draw.
6 minutes, 50 seconds to go here in the ball game. The Tigers leading 41-0. Jared gets his best kick of the night inside the 20 down about the 15. That's Tadero. And Tadero breaks 1-2 tackles. He's going to be brought down about the 32-yard line. Tackled there by number 88.
Elliot Chamberlain, that's the Mad Stork.
Elliot Chamberlain, who he does get excited when he's out on the
yes,
football
he does.
field, Zach.
I asked my son. I said, "Who's Elliot Chamberlain?" And he goes, "The Stork." I said, "Thank you. Thank you very much." So, we'll call him the Mad Stork. He reminds me of Ted Hendricks for the older folks.
Tigers looks like they got a whole new defensive unit in there. That middle linebacker now, number 66, Matt Dryman. Pitched the shutout so far, 5 minutes and 50-something seconds.
Timeout, Lavaca.
It's 41-0, but it doesn't feel like a 41-0 game. It feels like it should be much closer than that.
Yeah, it's just been we've scored more points in the second half than we did in the first half, but it's just been, a couple of big plays. We had the muff punt or the block punt, whatever it was down there, and then the long run by J.D. Speed. So some big plays.
Yeah, the cut down on the penalties, one that we know of. They're going to have to step up their game next week for sure.
They're going to have to be much sharper.
Much. And they're going to have to get that edge back that they played with in that middle stretch last year, where they were taking on the top teams in the conference, and they'll be okay. I think they've discovered some things. I think J.D. Speed, somebody who needs to get on the field a little bit more. They've shown that they can get receivers deep on just about anybody. We just you got to tighten up the passing game a little bit.
I like to see Cooper. He's overthrown a couple, but they've been open, so that tells us we can get that timing down a little bit. That can be a little bit more of a weapon for us.
I think the takeaway from this is that the defense is vastly improved and much more aggressive than they have been.
Several Tigers in on the tackle. I'll try to get some numbers for you here.
See John Millman's out there.
Someone down for the Lavaca Golden Arrows. 5:27 to go here in the ball game, and that looks like another cramp just the way he's laying there.
Boy, that is a pain. That's not even, is it an injury? I don't know what you call it, but that just hurts. Hurts like a punch to the solar plexus, to quote Bruno Sammartino. Yeah. Yes, that was a wrestling reference.
Oh, man. Let's not go to wrestling tonight.
Lincoln up 30-0 on Westville.
So Lincoln beating Westville of Oklahoma 30-0, and that'll give them confidence as they get ready to come into the conference.
Yeah, that'll be a fun one.
It'd be nice to have Lincoln back. It's been about 4 years since Lincoln was in the conference, 4 or 5 years, and it'd be nice to get them back. And We don't have Shiloh anymore. It was nice to send them out last year with the
blowout loss. That was
blowout
fun.
loss. Absolutely enjoyed. That was one of my favorite games last year.
We could tell. A couple of those touchdowns, you sound like a teenage girl.
Number 22, that is Tanner Graham, and Graham is really that cramp is. All those things hurt. There's Headley going right up the middle. He's going to be met there.
Hey, give the second group some credit. They're still hitting. I mean, they're hitting as hard as the first group. They're still blitzing. They're still coming.
Jackson Diebold in on the tackle, bring up 3rd down and 5. 5 minutes to go in the ball game. 41-0. The Tigers will start their season off 1-0. They're stalling, Zach.
Not sure what they're doing.
There's Headley again. This time he's
Nice
met,
play.
and that is going to be. Oh, let's get this one. Is that Diebold? Is that Jackson Diebold again?
Yep, that would be Jackson.
And Diebold with another tackle. That's going to bring up 4th down and 7 for the Golden Arrows. 4 minutes, 15 seconds to go in the ball game. Again, I want to thank our East Lab who's here tonight, and we ask you to be a little patient as we work through some. We're giving the students of Prairie Grove High School the opportunity to do some things like filming and helping with the producing, and they're learning. So we appreciate your patience as we work with them and get them taught on many of these things. This will be a great opportunity for them. Now here comes the punt, high punt. Just let it hit there. Ball's going to roll dead about the 29-yard line. And with 3 minutes and 40 seconds to go, the clock's going to run here. I imagine this, assuming we don't turn the ball over here, Zach, this will probably be the last series of the ball game.
And, other than the penalties and the turnovers, workmanlike effort. Defense was outstanding. The offense has got some work to do, but I think they'll be all right. You want to name a player of the game?
We have a question here on our comment page. It's from Anonymous. It says, first time I've watched on here, what do you think the best 5 offense and defensive players for Prairie Grove? That's we probably have different opinions on that. It's hard to say defensively. I don't know if I'd name 5. As I just say, probably the best defensive player we got is. Let's see here on the play. That Bobby Cat?
That would be that'd be JD Speed again. Well, repeat the question for me.
Let me see. Was that Speed?
That was
again?
JD Speed.
Not dirty enough, Zach.
You don't think?
These numbers, and we'll have to. Actually, number 36 or 38.
Oh, that'd be Murphy, wouldn't it?
Patrick Purdue on the carry. The question was, who was the best 5 offensive defensive players for Prairie Grove? And I think I would just go. I would say on the defense, I'd say Jacob Call, Jared Murphy, 2 of the better on defense. But that's not to say that I think the defensive front. The front 7 are very strong.
Offensively, I think Cooper's the linchpin.
Yeah.
And then, I'm always partial to my guys up front. They're very important. I don't think you can pick just 5. And it would really depend on who you're playing.
Right. Is that Purdue again? Purdue breaks 1 tackle, 2 tackles inside the 40 down about the 35.
Did you see the Mad Stork? Did you see the block he threw, the crackback?
Nice block there by Chamberlain.
Every time he's on the field, something happens.
Yeah.
The crackback block he threw, got to stay on your feet, but nice block.
Zach, as I think about it, though, I mean, Prairie Grove, it's hard to name 5 because they play, especially on offense, such a team. And, I think you're right. I think Cooper's the linchpin at quarterback, but they have several running backs and strong at fullback with Weston Bartholomew and Nick Sugg.
I think what we're getting at is you can't limit it to 5.
Yeah.
I mean, it's and it would really depend on who you're playing. Like tonight, Jared Murphy's been all over the place, offensively, defensively.
In at quarterback for the Prairie Grove is number 5, Cole Schoenfeld. Purdue gets the first down with a minute to go in the ball game. Zach, we're still in the process of our East Lab students who's out, going to be out getting various sponsors this year. So just for our player of the game, any thoughts on the player of the game? I agree 100%. Zach held up number 4, and I'd have to agree. He started the game off with a touchdown reception from Cooper Winters, and then the big play of the game, a 73-yard punt return.
It's 12-0, and then he takes that thing back 73 yards. You know, Prairie Grove hasn't looked back since.
And now one more handoff. Purdue's going to be knocked down, and now we're down to 20 seconds. And then, you know, I'd also call out tonight J.D. Speed with a nice 62-yard run. Defense played solid, pitched the shutout. Great defensive stand right before the first half. They held on first down and goal from the 5, held them to 1 yard. And Zach now with 5 seconds, 4 seconds, 3, 2, and that will do it. And Prairie Grove Tigers begin the season 1-0 with a 41-0 victory over the Lavaca Golden Arrows. Well, we're going to take a quick break, and then we're going to come with some final thoughts.
Whether in sports or banking, competition is healthy for a community. If you consider all the choices you have in banking today, the Bank of Fayetteville stands out. The founders of the Bank of Fayetteville realize the importance of giving back to the community, not only for the Tigers on the field tonight, but for the future Tigers to come. The Bank of Fayetteville believes that the folks of Prairie Grove have great potential, and they have that one goal in mind to help you reach that potential. You see, with this thought process in mind, the community wins. The Bank of Fayetteville, banking on your potential.
Okay, Zach, well, as we come to the close of the first game of the season, initial thoughts as you watch Prairie Grove tonight?
Well, to quote Woody Harrelson in White Men Can't Jump, I'd rather win ugly than lose looking good. It wasn't the sparkling, it wasn't what we've seen in the preseason. They were real sloppy with the penalties, turnovers. You know, you take the win, you move on, you get better next week, and next week again, you're gonna have to be a lot better when you take on Morrilton.
Well, we start our first 2 games on the road, and then we'll be at home 2 weeks from tonight to face our friends from just down the road in West Fork. So that's going to do it for tonight. We want to thank our East Lab students, Danny Davis, Ethan Sam, Cole Walker, Sabrina Smith, Dalton Strong, Elisa Finfrock. I'm Lynn Gregson, Zach Arns. That'll do it for tonight. We will see you next week from Morrilton. Have a great evening.